What?
What is going on, folks?
What's up?
What the heck happened here? How dare you scheme the people on that?
I didn't click a thing. I'm
Who's
blaming Uncle Bill.
Who's pressing buttons?
I wasn't
over
ready,
there?
man. I'm going, oh shit.
What?
Oh my
Supposed to be
goodness!
professionals here. What is going on, gentlemen?
Nothing,
much,
man.
man.
How are you guys doing tonight?
Doing good. I think Uncle Bill muted himself too when he was doing all that clicking earlier. Unmute yourself.
Let me tell you something, motherfucker.
That
Right
dog
now,
just slid, by the way.
I've had that cursor in the middle of this screen because you're bullshit from last time. So it ain't me, whatever you're doing.
It's
Oh,
you,
Oh,
brother.
it ain't.
You.
Don't lean back. That dog just
I ain't
slid. back
touching
there.
nothing. I always try to blame shit on me. He's over. Oh, God.
Hey,
Fucking shit up.
it was not me. I blame Casper if it wasn't you. So
It wasn't me. I didn't touch a thing. I told you.
Uncle Bill's innocent. But anyway, this is the first Scheme Factory show that we have done in what? It's close to what, a year. What was the last one, like July or something like that last year?
It was like 7 months ago because I watched it yesterday to see what I was doing. Again, I've seen it before, but I had to practice.
That is so funny.
So yeah, I mean, we need to welcome Pop on here for the very first time.
I appreciate the invite, guys.
Yeah, no problem. The Scream Factory, because you've got them pretty much all of them, right?
Yeah,
I mean, you're
but the
finding
exception
that
of a couple
along
box sets and the old
Yeah.
steel books, whatever. I have everything else. So, but
Secret
judge me not. I have everything.
And he's actually been catching up on a lot of these titles over the last couple of weeks. He found out we were doing this show and torturing himself and everything. So we definitely want to thank him for that.
Yeah.
Because most of these movies, and you know, this is from October of 2017 to October of 2018, which is kind of why we're slowing down doing these, because we're almost caught up, really. I mean, think about it. Scream Factory didn't really do a whole lot 2019, 2020 especially was like a slower year. So, I don't know if we're going to do another one this year or not, but we're pretty close to catching up.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think I posted this on Instagram that as I'm going through these titles, I realized like how much of a big transition year 6 was for me as a collector of the Scream Factory line, because at this point I had pretty much the first couple of years I had every single release, and there came a point where they started, really doing a lot of like duplicates again of titles that I already owned. They were releasing like so much stuff, like it was ridiculous. It was hard to even catch up. And I had sold some stuff from this year as well, like during the last couple of years. So it's an interesting time. I don't have everything. I started to really become a little bit more picky here, but that's why we had to bring in the big gun over here. The reserve over here on Pop to start helping us out with this, because you can't rely on me anymore.
I did not start collecting until 2020. The Scream Factory stuff. I'd actually bought the Halloween box set from FYE. Got it on sale. I didn't know what the hell Scream Factory was. And then as I started getting into the boutique stuff, I realized that was Scream Factory. Started getting the collector's edition, and I kind of went from there. So I was late to the game.
We got a lot of people in the chat already, though. Just want to do a little bit of a roll call, and we'll go ahead and get started because these are 84 different releases over the span of a year. And again, it's October 2017 to October 2018 is where we're going. And go through the chat here, see some familiar faces, possibly some new faces. Marv Dogger, Saturn Video, Wild Wrangler, Ken Carlson, L.A. Jewel, MacBoy Color, Crash 517, Killer Pizza, Anthony's Horror and More, Steve Mayers, Carlos Orolebos,
Arriba.
Let's go to the Del Taco or Taco Tico.
What the fuck? Taco Tico. Hey, let me speak on this for a minute.
Enchiladas.
Conan would come out and say that all the time.
Wild Wrangler, if I didn't mention him, I'll probably mention some of these over and over again. Wonder This World 97, Business of Fear, the 4K Tent Revival, Jared Strupler. Quit calling name calling's not allowed, sir. I gave Uncle Bill, he's got the authority to ban people now, so you better watch it.
Security. Bill's calling people names.
He called me a dickhead.
What? I must have missed that entirely. I'd have been like,
we called us all dickheads.
Well, where's he at?
Until you guys have hair.
Where the fuck is he at?
What are you doing? You're just gonna stop? You're just gonna stop booting people? Is that the Uncle Bill way?
That could be what we do.
It's my favorite thing to do, really.
Scratch Bueno.
I can't forget where he's
Matt
at anyway.
Talks Movies. Rock and Roll Don Morton. 4K Media Guy.
Rock and Roll Don Morton. That's killer. Rock and Roll Daddy.
Tony Moran is in the house. Sammy Morez. What's going on, man? Mid-Level Media.
What's up?
It's another rather new collector, right? He was fucking like dogging on Bubba Hotep the other day. And I'm like, are you kidding me?
I've seen that. Man. That's a classic.
Yeah. He was talking about picking up Sonic the Hedgehog 2 and bitching about fucking... What the hell? Bubba Hotep. Go watch your Sonic the Hedgehog 2, Ken. God.
Who bitches about Bubba Hotep? Of all the movies to not like, that's like... That's a piece of shit.
Look, if you don't like Bubba Hotep, I don't like you.
Damn.
So,
You gotta
just kidding. We can all like what we want to like and live in a happy world, boss.
Yeah, you just can't shit on Coscarelli, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you can't shit on hospitality either, because I won't allow it.
Can't shit on
Coscarelli.
Coscarelli. I won't allow it. That's a new shirt.
That's perfect.
Stuntman Mark is in the house too. He's wanting to know when Severin Year 1 is. No, whenever.
Yeah.
I don't even know where to start, man. I wouldn't even know where to start.
A lot of people don't realize Severin has been around longer than Scream Factory. They've been around a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Putting out a lot of buttons and stickers and shit for a long time.
They've got a banner at these conventions. It's got 25 years of shit. Severin Films or whatever it's been. It's not been that long. What was it 2008 or so for Severin? I don't know.
I have no idea. I don't keep up that shitty old company.
Anyway, let's go ahead and get rolling. People in the chat, keep messaging and everything. We're going to get this party started. October 31st, 2017. There were 2 releases that day. First of which was the 2004 Dawn of the Dead remake. Bulls.
Look, I didn't even bother doing this because I ain't no sense in it. So
Wait, that's the first one. I think I grabbed the wrong one. Hold on.
Oh, he's got a couple of Dawn
shit.
of the Dead remake Blu-rays.
No, I think I grabbed something else.
Which this one just
As far
now
as
got a
remakes go, this is one of my
4K.
favorite remakes. I think this is a great remake. It's a lot of fun.
The 4K just came out
Zombie
too,
Burt Reynolds
right?
in this.
All right, there it is.
There you go.
Sorry. I told you my new shelf situation for my Screen Factories is wacky. So here we go.
And this movie happened probably because Shaun of the Dead was a huge hit, right? The year before, I think. And then this movie was a huge hit, which, I mean, this movie's okay. I never have the desire to go back and rewatch it.
listen, I think look, the first half of this movie is amazing. I think it's kind of like towards like the end and stuff, but like the whole first part of this movie is great. It's probably one of the best things that came out that time period.
I think Sarah Pauli's a really good actress, and she hasn't really done anything since then.
She directed Women Talking. It's up for an Academy Award, buddy.
Oh wow.
She directed.
She's a director now, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I like this, but I feel like the more I watch it, the less I like it. So, like when I first saw it, I loved it, obsessed with it. And then as I get going, I feel like the more times I check it out, I'm just like, it's fine. It's one of the better remakes, but it's not one I'm going to upgrade because this is fine. You know, I
what
bought
the zombie
this movie,
baby looks like in 4K.
I think this is probably like the third or fourth time I bought this movie, and that's not even in, you know, I didn't even upgrade to the 4K. So, but as a remake, it's one of the better ones.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. And make sure you stay after the credits,
here, man.
Because after the credits, you get a whole nother what happens to all the survivors and stuff. And first 2 or 3 times I watched it, I never seen that, so it kind of changes the whole ending of the movie.
Yeah, maybe eventually I'll go back and check this movie out, but I think I maybe have watched it once or twice since I saw it in the theater. I mean, I didn't hate it. I did not hate it when I saw it, but it's just one of those movies that I don't ever really have the desire to go back and rewatch. Another one of those movies came out the same day. I don't have a desire to see it ever again, and that's George Romero's
Land of the Dead.
Land of the Dead.
The Dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. That's one that no matter how many times I revisit it, and I constantly revisit it to try to make it good in my head, it still sucks. And it's mostly the visual effects that make it suck, honestly, in my opinion. And John Leguizamo.
I mean, I think it's all right. I don't think it's that great. It's the same. I think this Dawn is better. I saw both of these in theaters. I think I kind of liked Land when I saw it, but it's another one that I feel like the more I check it out, the more I'm kind of like, it's not as good as I thought it was.
Dennis Hopper's okay, and it's not my favorite, but you know, it's all right. I don't go back to it very often.
The Romero Dead movies in the 2000s, it's by far the best one.
I was going to say, like, if you compare it to like Diary of the Dead and Survival of the Dead, it's a damn masterpiece.
I mean, he had a budget to work with this one too, which I think some of the zombies, like some of the practical effects that they use in some of the zombies was really great. But again, you know, some of that post-production shit, man, bad.
Yeah.
It was definitely the best one of that decade for sure, no doubt.
If he would have just done practical effects, I swear I think it would have made that movie like 10 times more enjoyable. But the stuff like where the zombie's head goes backwards and that's all visual effects, and then like, you know, gets shot and then flips backwards and then bites somebody. Just a lot of that stuff just looks awful nowadays. You go back and watch it.
Well, this was the theatrical debut of Michael Slipcase Felcher, though, too. So we got to give him a shout out. Yeah, he's one of the zombies in it.
He is.
No way. I never knew that. Can you see him clear as day?
I believe so. Yeah, I think he's in the same shot that's Edgar Wright and Simon. What's his name?
Simon Pegg.
Simon Pegg. Yeah.
They were in.
Yeah.
I think you could see him in the background or something.
You know what? Maybe I'll go back and watch this. It's been a while. I think the last time I've seen it was when this came out. So what year would that have been? Oh, what year were we in? 2017? No, but I'm saying
the Blu-ray.
This Blu-ray, yeah.
And there's a really cool special feature of Simon Pegg and them talking about how they got in the movie. They're super fans, George Romero, and so there's a really cool special feature on this that kind of interviews them about how they got in the movie and all that stuff.
If I'm not mistaken, though,
cool.
the original plan for Land of the Dead changed quite a bit. Like, isn't that a script that he had for a while? And the studio probably changed quite a bit from what it originally was supposed to be. But there's aspects of that movie that I really like a lot, but I don't know. I mean, it's okay.
Yeah, there are parts of it that are like, you can tell were like really good, but then it just didn't come together very well.
Now, was this supposed to be? I remember for years, Twilight of the Dead was always like a rumored title. Now, is that what this one was supposed to be originally, and he changed it to Land? Did you guys know if that was always the plan or no?
At one point in time or other, we talked about this with Felsher. I know at least, but I cannot remember what the hell he said. Somebody can go back and look up some of those interviews.
This is something that I think is a generational thing with Dawn of the Dead. A lot of younger fans just cannot get past the makeup in the original Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I get that and everything, but they're also wrong.
I mean, I would agree, but
you just are. I can't help it. It's not my fault.
That's how I like my zombies. I like my zombies like that.
I'm not going to try to like defend or like anything. I'm just going to say you're just wrong, dude.
Speaking of which, I don't know if you guys can see it, the El Cheapo free Scream Factory shirt I have on.
Oh yeah, I got that in the mail too. Yeah.
Wow, look at that, huh?
It's actually not a bad shirt.
It's not a bad shirt, but goddamn, bulls, they could have put some color of some sort in that. I mean, it's just black and white.
Well, what'd you want? It was free, motherfucker. They ain't gonna come up with gutter garbs and give you a free shirt or anything.
Well, it could be at least on a red shirt with white lettering or something. I don't know. Do something.
They should have got T-Shirt Joe to do it. He'd have had like 5 million of them made in 2 days.
The next week, though, there were a few different releases on November the 7th. Darkman 2, The Return of Durant, and Darkman 3, Die, Darkman, Die.
I never bought those. I never bought them.
That's so killer.
I've seen the first Darkman. I have not seen these two yet, so I can't comment.
I was going to say I'm not positive I've ever seen those.
Well,
I have a
Darkman
set already. Go ahead,
my Darkman is Liam Neeson. If he's not associated with it, they can go to hell.
Yeah,
I ain't never watching
right.
it. Yeah, he's my Darkman. What you gonna say though?
Yeah, I had them on a box set. So for some reason, I bought the original one on the collector's editions, and I must have just passed on those two because I was like, I've already got a box set. I might as well just hold on to that.
I don't think I've ever seen those movies.
I don't know if I have either.
Yeah,
to be honest,
I've never seen the sequels, so I've had these forever. I still ain't watched them yet. But
also on November the 7th, there was the first of many IFC Midnight titles. Darkness Rising. Poor old
don't waste your time,
Scott.
I watched this recently, and it's ass. It's pure ass.
It's ass.
It's real bad. The whole movie, nothing ever happens. It's just terrible.
I get the feeling that Scream Factory just continued on with like the movie's Lionsgate release, like back in 2008 on DVD. Yeah. Like it's just
there's a lot of that stuff in this time period too. I noticed, like going back and looking at this list.
And also pretty killer Saxon song and album, but I don't know about the movie. Killing Ground, boss. Killing Ground.
I don't have it either.
I'm gonna stay in mind this one. I watched this one yesterday. This is an Australian horror movie, and this which is actually pretty good. This is one of the ones I enjoyed. I miss an Australian, out in the wilderness survivor type movie. It's actually pretty good. Of what I've watched in the last couple weeks.
Oh God, what was that movie called? Is it like? Come on,
Wolf
help me
Creek.
out. The Australian Wolf Creek. Yeah, is it like that?
I love Wolf Creek.
It kind of has that same vibe, not so much, but I mean, you kind of get the same vibe. The two killers in this movie, you know, you kind of get a pretty good backstory, and they kind of go kind of Pulp Fiction where they bounced around from like now to 4 days ago to back and forth, whatever. Do a lot of that. It's done in a pretty cool way. I actually enjoyed it. So this is one of the better ones I watched the last couple of weeks. Getting ready for the stream.
Sweet.
This is a recommend. My first recommend.
Okay.
That's
Good
what
deal.
Screen Factory needs. Screen Factory needs to get Wolf Creek on 4K. That movie doesn't have any
Yeah, that'd be
Blu-ray,
great,
I don't
man.
think at all.
That's one of those movies too that everybody seems to completely forgotten about. Like, you don't hear anybody talk about that movie at all anymore.
No, I saw that in the theater and I friggin' loved it. I thought it was a great movie. I've probably only seen it 3 times in my life, but I remember just loving it a lot when I saw it back then. Did you guys like that when you guys checked it out?
I remember liking
Oh,
the
man, I
first
loved
one.
it.
Yeah.
I don't think I
I
ever
was,
watched the second one, but
I was recently introduced to it, and I've watched both the movies and the series. The series, I think, has 2 seasons, and that's really good too.
Oh wow, I didn't even know about that.
Yeah, the series is really good.
It's weird that no one ever got that movie at all and did anything with it. You know, I know the part 2 has a Blu-ray. I have that. That guy was in another movie, which actually was a pretty cool movie called, I think it was called Rogue, I believe. It was like a crocodile type killer movie.
Yeah,
He was in that.
I've got Rogue. Unfortunately,
It was actually pretty good. I thought it was a decent killer croc movie. And then somebody in the chat mentioned that they're supposed to come out with a Wolf Creek 3. So is he like still gonna portray that guy?
Same.
Wow, they're
same guy.
really taking their time here. Now he wasn't in the series, right?
Yeah, he
I'm
was.
waiting on CK to
He
say it.
wasn't. He was. Wow.
Yeah, both seasons, man. So if you like the movies, you'll like the series. Same deal.
Interesting.
I did want to say we have 122 people watching already, so it's a good opportunity to tell everybody to thumbs up the video and subscribe to not only both channels, all 3 channels, because I'm going to put Pop's link in the description whenever we get this show finished so people can check Pop's Movie Dungeon out over on YouTube, and Born to Be Rad on YouTube, borntobерad.com, and of course at Dead Pit on YouTube as well. Also, I put up a podcast this past Friday of all of the other Scream Factory shows combined on podcast form. Almost 11 hours of audio if you want to catch up with it. 2 days worth of work or something, you can get through it.
Wow.
But let's continue on. November the 14th, 2017. And this is a movie that I've seen actually a couple of times, from American International Pictures, originally released in 1958, Attack of the Puppet People.
I don't have
Yeah.
it. Wow.
That's kind of a cult classic for being like a schlocky kind of movie, really.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah,
I
Black and White.
saw that.
I
and
haven't seen it.
It's
I need to
actually
get
not
that one, man.
bad. It's actually pretty funny.
Okay, I'll put that on my list.
So it's old Black and White.
So this dude has created this device that shrinks people down to like doll size, and he collects them. Like he collects, and it's like the whole movie's like forced perspective type thing that was a big deal in like the late 50s, early 60s. And it's a not very long movie either. It's kind of fun. I don't mind it.
I've never seen it.
It's an old
1958 or 56. I can't see. One of the two.
50,
In the 1950s.
It says 58 here. Honey, I Shrunk Some Bitches. That'd be a good name. Alternate title for it. Next one up, which I think we're going to just completely skip because this is one that Pop does not have in the collection yet. So
What?
everybody throw some offers out. The Paul Naschy Collection 2, Electric Boogaloo, which was released November the 14th as well. It features the Hunchback of the Morgue, a dragonfly for each corpse,
That's right.
the Devil's Possessed, Exorcism, and this has got to be a great one here, guys. The Werewolf and the Yeti
Ooh, the Yeti.
in a steel cage match.
Do you think they grab each other and like shake?
Wait, what was the dragonfly one again? That was
A
killer.
dragonfly for each corpse.
A dragonfly for each corpse. Okay.
That sounds like a song from with your band there or whatever.
I don't know
Oh,
why
Hell
this
Lord.
popped in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should make that a song.
Sounds like a bad like Giallo movie from the 70s. Dragonfly for each corpse.
How awesome would it have been, though?
Dragonfly for each corpse.
This film come out in 1975. If Dusty Rhodes played the werewolf,
Oh. What would that be like?
he would just cut a promo on the Yeti. That's what I would want to hear.
What is it?
Let me tell you something, Yeti.
Yeti.
I'm going to draw that line in the sand, baby, and I dare you to cross it.
Yeah,
Tupelo
fuck it, I'm buying it
Civic
now.
Center.
I gotta buy it now.
Yeah.
You got me hot though.
Yeah, it's got him all riled up.
He's gonna live buy it right now.
Well, hopefully it's not out of print. If it's out of print, it's probably going to be ridiculously high. But next one up, and I'm sure we'll talk a little bit about this one from November 28, 2017. Misery with Kathy Bates.
Classic.
And James Caan.
Yeah, man, one of my favorite movies. I love it.
Yeah, I think that there was an MGM Blu-ray of this that I have. I think that's the one that I have, but I didn't get the Scream Factory one.
Yeah, it had like
Yeah,
that
that is a
tan
great
cover or
movie.
whatever.
Yeah, that's the one I got too. That's why I never got that one in.
Yeah, of course, you get the
But-
Now
original
they have
artwork there on
the
inside.
4K now. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's her second. It's Kathy Bates' second best role, right after Waterboy. Like that was that was the best role she ever had.
my mama said.
I love that movie. Yeah, but Kathy Bates, kind of her breakout performance. I think that she'd been acting a long time, but I mean, this was kind of the role that made her kind of a name. And
Yeah.
it's a great movie, man. It's a Stephen King story. I think it was a huge hit when it came out in 1990. And yeah, I mean, there's the one scene everybody talks about with is it a sledgehammer?
Yeah,
Yeah,
It was.
the hobbling scene.
That's,
the
that's
hobbling.
fucking-
Yeah,
that's
be a great
brilliant.
name for a movie. The hobbling.
The hobbling.
Yeah.
It might be in this stack. We'll see.
Yeah, it could be.
There's very few things that make me sick, but that bones breaking, legs breaking, ankles breaking, shit like that, I can't do it. Like I go back to that Monday Nitro where Sid fucking like
Oh,
yeah.
God,
right
man.
into
Yeah.
it was.
You had to
bro.
bring that back into my head. Like I tried to
And
get
then
rid
there
of
was you remember the Louisville basketball player that he didn't have a boot on. You could see the fucking bones sticking out of his. That shit just makes me sick.
I used to think like, what do you think it looked like when Sid got in the back and they undid his boot? Like, what was under there? Like that's what's crazy. Like that boot was basically holding everything together. It felt like.
Well,
know?
look up the Louisville basketball player that broke his leg. That's probably what was.
I've
Did you ever
always
see
wondered.
Did you ever see like the martial arts one where the guy kicked the other guy and then it broke as he was like coming back and then he stepped back down his foot, but he stepped on like it flopped back, so he stepped on like the shin part of it. I was like,
Oh,
must have
fuck!
hurt
Yeah.
so
You gonna
bad.
cause him to pass out if you keep it up.
Oh my god!
I swear to
it's
God.
brutal.
Do it, man. I can't.
Yeah,
do
that's
it.
some rough shit to see, man.
Okay,
But
real quick
Dirk-
though, what I've always wanted to know, what the hell was what was he going for with that move anyway? Like see it off the top rope. Like what was he hoping to fucking do?
I know it was
I
like
don't know.
it didn't make sense. It was like a boot, and he landed on his one leg. Like it didn't make any sense of what he would do. Like a flying.
I feel like he didn't think that out at all. Like how that was gonna.
No.
That was gross. That was probably one of the nastiest things that I've ever seen in wrestling ever. Although we haven't seen footage of Andre shitting all over Bad News Brown either.
That's
Which,
true.
if there's footage of that, I hope to God it can get out somehow one day. But continuing on, this was one that I did buy at one time, but I can't find it. Either that or I sold it. The first Silent Night, Deadly Night came out December the 5th, 2017.
Yeah, one of my favorite slips.
And
It's a great
yeah,
slip.
great artwork
Yeah.
on that. And they did a figure for that too, right? Didn't they do
Yeah.
an action figure for that?
Yeah.
They did two
I
of
think
those
it's
sons of
bigger.
bitches. This is what they always do too. So they
I
had
know,
a
that was
limited
annoying.
edition figure that they came out and then they put it back out again. NECA did with like a regular.
That
Right.
caused a big controversy because that was one of the
It's
big
ridiculous.
reasons that people bought that bundle was like only time you'll ever get this, and then it's at like Target like a year later or whatever. Yeah.
So an interesting story that I have about Silent Night, Deadly Night, the Blu-ray, We have a few stories actually about Silent Night, Deadly Night as a movie, but there's a there's an interview that we did that we gave Scream Factory, right? This was 2017. Dead Pit was not even doing anything at the time. And my buddy Cliff, which we were buddies at the time, we were Facebook friends. I sent him the interview and I'm like, go ahead and use it, whatever else, right? And they use it, of course. We have no credit on the back of the disc or anything. And they didn't even fucking send us a copy of Uncle Bill. What the fuck?
Well, it's because of the shit in the box situation. That's
I'm pretty sure it was.
Well, we were trying to bury the hatchet and be nice.
We tried to be nice, tried to play by the rules.
Yeah. Assholes.
Nobody shits in a box. I won't allow it.
No, they really took that hard. They really did not appreciate that.
Silent Night, Deadly Night, though. What can you say? I mean, it's all time classic.
That movie's cursed for us. I just
it
want
is,
to say,
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's every year watch for me. Christmas every year watch. It's a classic.
I think though, with like Silent Night, Deadly Night 2, you can really get all the best scenes from the first Silent Night, Deadly Night. Plus, you have Eric Freeman and his eyebrow acting, which can't be topped. December the 19th, and this is a movie that I thought that we talked about before, but evidently not. American Gothic from 1988. I think
I love that movie.
Was a direct-to-video movie, right? Or did this come out in theaters?
I remember it on VHS. Like, I don't know if it ever came out on theaters, but that's where I first saw it.
Yeah, me too. I never seen it in theaters. VHS is what I remember.
It's such an underrated movie.
Great artwork too.
This artwork is, you're right. This is one of those artworks like Monkey Shines and stuff. When you went to the VHS, like at the rental store or whatever, this caught your eye big time. Like I can always remember that sitting there and be like, what is this movie? You know?
Oh.
But underrated, I think.
What I mean, it's a basic kind of a slasher movie. I don't know, like the group of kids go and get stranded in this, in the wilderness, and they come across this house, and Carlo and Raw Tiger have like a bunch of grown adult kids, right? But they're all kind of like mental, if you will.
They're dressed up as like kids, like children, basically. And they play like, this is the part of the movie I thought was cool. They kill all these like teens like by playing like cute like children's games with them. Like that's kind of like part of the gimmick of the movie. Like one of them is a swing that overlooks this like cliff that they get one of them on, and then there's like there are other games and stuff that they play where they end up killing them. And I think Yvonne DiCarlo like stabs one of them with a knitting needle or some shit like that. Like it's just a real kooky movie, but it's great.
Can you guys pull Ragnar's thing up that he's asking Brian something? I want to talk about that for a second.
This?
No, up.
Oh fuck. Do we really have to address bullshit like this?
No, but you know what? I think Vinegar Syndrome again has started a trend that we might see, because they're doing that, if you get enough points, you can get a slipcover for movies. That slipcovers have been out of print forever, right? So instead of going online and paying all this money, you just got to buy more shit and then you can use points. And I did it. I got the slipcover for Bloodhook with my points because for whatever reason, I missed out on the slipcover for that. And it's one of those like the most rare slipcovers that Vinegar Syndrome has, but they have it on the site. But what it does is it comes and it looks exactly the same, but then on the spine or something, there's like a little new design that basically says that this is like the reissue one, right? Not the original one. So now I'm looking at that and I'm thinking, I think that other companies, like especially something like a Scream Factory where their slipcovers, they do go out of print. And I think that this is going to be maybe something new where other companies start doing like repressings of slips and having them in some kind of, maybe not a point system, but basically be like, hey, we'll get you this, but it's going to have something a little bit different on it. I think that's something they might do, but I don't know. Do you think Scream Factory even would put in the extra work and do that? Like,
probably not. Vinegar Syndrome's the only one that can do that. I don't think any other company would get away with that.
No, me either. I do think having like a reward system like that, like I think some companies will rip that off. Like I'm not sure, like maybe Arrow or something. I don't see Scream Factory caring enough. Like they're too big of a company to do that shit. But I can see other companies trying to do something like that.
Well, and essentially your new 4K releases, which they're doing a lot of now, you can get the exact same edition. Right. And to me, I would rather have the original artwork on a lot of these titles than, you know, Joel Robinson's fucking Microsoft Paint artwork. So, I mean, to me, you're getting the best of both worlds. If you get the slipcover, you get all the great special features, a better transfer and everything. As long as the grease is not on it, you're good.
Yeah, you know what? I think you're probably right. I think that's their way of kind of going around that is just to be like, hey, let's just re-release all the new shit. And if they never got the slips and stuff before, then they can just get them now. Like I think that's probably, that's probably exactly what they're doing.
I actually, though, didn't think that was the comment that you were going to pull up. I thought that this was the comment that you were going to pull up, and that's why I was getting all perturbed about it. Because I get tired of hearing this shit all the fucking time.
Come on, look y'all
collect dolls. Listen, fucking pussies.
I remember my dad said that one time about my wrestling figures, and I get so pissed. I remember like we were like he's like, oh, get these like you get your damn wrestling dolls over there. I'm like, they're not dolls. Like I was like a little kid. I get so
they're looking action figures, man.
They're action figures, motherfucker.
Yeah,
you're damn right.
I was like trying to tell him. He-Man dolls out of here.
You drop kicked him rocker style and then ran out of the room.
Melody Felcher is in the house. She loves seeing Pop on the panel.
What's going on, Mel?
Yeah.
And I got fucking Clint Eastwood and Rambo back there. How fucking manly is that? Come on.
That is manly. Yeah.
I mean,
I've got Tiffany and
no shame
and Stripe. I got Tiffany and Linda Blair back there. Yeah.
It's like I just hate the idea
of pussy balls.
Trying to differentiate between nerds. It's like we're all fucking nerds, dude. Like I don't give a damn what you collect. Yeah. It's all in the same wheelhouse. You can't.
Yeah. As long as you don't have like a little furry thing named Princess Puffins. As long as you don't have that.
Right, because that would be stupid.
Well, I'm just glad the princess is sedated right now.
She's very sedated.
Yeah. She shot her up for the stream started.
She's like, look at all these damn nerds on here collecting dolls and shit.
No, all she's thinking of just keep me away from them kids, boy.
She's looking around that room and she's saying, what's all this childish crap around here?
Yeah, she's like, this guy, Jesus.
See, well, I mean, one good thing is us doing these streams and stuff. Even if people aren't collecting specific things, I think us talking about them, I know how it is. You get FOMO. I bet they start collecting. Like, what's his name? Who is it? Somebody just said it right here. Alpha Romero. He's going to start collecting figures now because of our last stream. He says right there. See?
He needs the Uga doll.
He's going to get that.
Oh God.
I don't know how Charles' band hasn't got deleted yet.
So we're helping people out.
Let's continue on though. January 2nd, 2018. This is kind of an oddball release because I don't know if they did this.
What? I love it. Nothing. Go ahead.
I didn't know if they did this again. It was a double feature release of some of their earlier titles, The Fog and The Howling, in a double feature on January the 2nd, 2018.
See, this is where it started, where they started to be like, let's start re-releasing things, right? Like, we're going to do a double pack. We're going to do
that you can get on Hamilton Book right now. Cheap, like $5. The 2-pack of that. Yeah.
I'm wondering if they just had like a ton of discs of The Fog and The Howling and they just combined them and was like, yeah, let's get this.
Yeah, I never grabbed that one. I didn't see a point. I just got the collector's edition of both during that time, and I said, I don't need that. And so I just kind of skipped over that one. So
this is an interesting time period, though, for me. Like, I wasn't really collecting as much. I was still buying stuff every once in a while. I think there's only like a couple of Scream Factory releases that I legit bought, like pre-ordered from their site or whatever. And this was one of them. I actually pulled it out here because this is a highly sought after movie. I don't know if people realize this. Beforehand, the Anchor Bay edition of this thing was going for like over $100. We're talking about Hell Night from 1981. It came out the same day, January 2nd, 2018.
I love this movie.
Gorked Out Andrew, man. That is a great movie.
Well, you're I hate to tell you, you're not complete here because mine has the fucking hype sticker on it.
Oh my God.
Wow. Is that because it's still sealed?
No, I opened it. You open it at the top, see, and you can leave the hype sticker on it. watch it, enjoy
You
it.
got the classic.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a great poster too. It's
Actually-
probably very expensive now.
I got the one sheet. I should have put that up the other day.
It's a 2-disc edition. This is when they were still doing DVDs. And they didn't do the hype sticker thing very much, I don't think, did they? I remember only seeing it on a couple of different titles.
What does it say?
I have it
there?
on my Drag Me to Hell. My Drag
It's
Me to Hell's
got
got a hot sticker on it.
The classic horror film finally on Blu-ray, featuring a new 4K transfer of the film, cast and crew interviews, and much, much more.
Yeah,
But-
I love this movie. It's very underrated, I think.
I love the artwork on that too. It's
It
kind
is,
of
this
like
is one of the better ones.
a throwback to the original artwork in a
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
I
put
really
that
miss
up
that old
there.
artwork,
Yeah.
man. I miss it.
I'd say that's probably like one of Linda Blair's best movies aside from The Exorcist. Like that and like Savage Streets are probably my favorite.
This one's a great one to watch on Halloween too, because it's set on Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I love Hell Night. The Donny Osmond lookalike guy from Friday the 13th
yes,
as
yes.
well. Gorked Out Andrew, I think, is one of the underrated slasher killers of the time, and it's got a good vibe to it. I love Hell Night.
I think isn't Vince Van Patten in it too? That he would go on and do the
Yes, he
World
is.
Series of Poker. Like he was the host of the World Series of Poker for like 20 years or something.
Mm-hmm.
Moving along, though, IFC Midnight makes a triumphant return on January the 9th with 68 kill.
Yeah.
What in God's why?
Hold on. I wasn't expecting to like this one. This one was a fucking fun time. It really was.
I don't know if
you
I've-
need to watch
I
this
don't know
next
if I've
month.
watched it.
It's good. It's got the guy from that show Criminal Minds, that nerdy guy from Criminal Minds, the TV show. He's the main star of this, and he gets ass left to right in this. It's kind of weird for that kind of character, but this is a crazy ass movie, man.
That's a
Crazy
terrible
ass
name
movie.
for a movie.
I was
though.
not
Like, what does that
expecting to
even
like this.
mean?
So hell, I don't know. I don't remember what the 68 kill means. It's batshit crazy, man. It's batshit crazy, but it's a lot of fun. So
This
Yeah,
next
but,
one, I actually watched the trailer for it, and it looks so stupid that I actually kind of want to see it. Eye of the Cat from 1969 came out on January the 16th. It's another like When Cats Attack movie. Universal Pictures.
Yeah,
now this movie here. This is an old TV movie from the 60s, and I was not expecting like this at all. And it wasn't great. Don't get me wrong, but it was better than I thought it was gonna be. It was watchable. Now, will I ever go back and watch it again? Probably not. But it was definitely better than I thought it was gonna be. So
Right. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
At least a
I mean,
good
it's a TV
time
movie
once.
from the 60s. You know,
The next one, I don't know. I mean, it's still on Hamilton Book. It's $5, and they've probably got 5,000 of them left. I don't know what this movie is. I just saw the trailer for it, and I was like, Robert Englund's in drag.
yeah, man. This is
Dance
this was a tough watch.
Macabre.
Dance
Yeah.
Macabre.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a big ballet guy, and watching him in drag, he makes it an ugly ass woman. When he's in drag, he is an ugly ass woman.
I have seen that so many times on like Hamilton Book. I've just never like thought I would like that movie, so I just never bought it.
Yeah,
Well,
I
yeah,
did not
I mean,
like
I
this
was-
at all. I didn't like
Yeah.
it at all.
If you're curious, I mean, it's a murder mystery set in like a ballet academy or something, right?
Yeah,
I don't know. I haven't even opened mine. That's another thing with this year. They must have just been pumping stuff out because a lot of mine in this year are like still sealed.
Oh, My Killer Podcast donating $5 to the Dick Demons ED Fund.
Listen, I feel like I'm never ever getting the new
Well,
Dick
you-
Demon. I don't
know
think that's
why,
ever gonna
right?
happen. Oh yeah, I know why. Yeah.
It was just bad timing, right?
David, yeah, the whole cardboard enthusiast thing is probably never gonna allow that to happen.
Mm.
The next one on January the 30th, The Projected Man from 1967. Universal, another Universal picture.
Yeah.
Projected Man.
I was
What?
thinking a Creed.
Yeah.
That's a Creed song or something like that, right? Didn't they have a song called The Projected Man?
Sounds like a damn Rush
Yeah,
song. Really, the Projected Man.
this felt like a 60s James Bond movie without James Bond in it. That's kind of the vibe. All the scientific lab crap, whatever. and it was so
only
bad, man.
ugly
It was-
women.
yeah, it was hard to get through, but it's what it is.
February the 6th, Welcome to Willits, another IFC Midnight.
Will it?
Now that's a dollar, like that's a dollar store movie right there. If I've
Wow.
ever seen one.
No,
Welcome
No,
to Willits,
I-
baby. Hey,
I did watch this. I watched this
Let me tell
2
you.
weeks ago, and it's actually it ain't good, but it's got the plot's funny. It's got Rory Culkin in it, and he plays a character named Possum in the movie. It's like a local redneck, whatever. That part's
Get the
enjoyable.
fall from grace,
And-
Rory Culkin, baby.
You basically got this this local family, like these hillbillies that like have a big pot farm, and they're making this new strand of meth. And every time you take the meth, when they see regular people, they think they're fucking aliens. And so the whole
it's like a
movie
damn
is
autobiography for around here.
aliens are attacking, but they're just seeing aliens because this meth got them all screwed up. It's not good, but it's one time watch. It's interesting.
Brian Goes Blue, of course, it's Faceless Man, so he would know. He's the Creed fanatic in there, but that's a good song. All right,
What's going on,
February the 13th, Drag Me to Hell, the Sam Raimi movie, which I already had the Universal release of this that came out a few years earlier. It's not a bad movie. I actually kind of dig this movie.
Yeah,
What do you guys
Sam
think?
Raimi, man, it's a good one. I think.
I like the movie a lot. That was one I've sold because you're right. I bought that and then I had the other one still, so I was like, I can get some coin for this. So I sold that one off on eBay with the slip and stuff, and just kept my regular. Who put it out? I don't even know who put it out, but
Universal Pictures.
yeah, I just kept that one.
Well, I'm sure it's the same transfer. I mean, hell, the movie was just from like 2009.
Yeah, but it's a good movie. I think it's really good.
Yeah, I mean, it's got some really good shots in it, and Sam Raimi coming back to horror and everything. Everybody was excited at the time. So, February the 13th from 1967, Games. You guys want to play some games?
Ooh, cool. That looks like it might be promising. Is it all right?
Simone
I haven't seen it.
Simone.
I haven't seen this.
Games.
Time to play the game.
Yeah. Passion wears a mask of terror in the strangest of all games. That's their famous tagline, I guess. Yeah,
Games.
I haven't seen it.
Wow.
From that was another Universal Pictures. They got a lot of Universal releases here. They probably
They did, yeah.
yeah. The Blind Dead, probably known as, I guess it's known as the worst Blind Dead movie of all time, from February 13th, the same day, Night of the Seagulls. Night of the Seagulls.
Let me tell you, baby, Night of the Seagulls here.
Oh, look at that cover though. That's sick.
That cover is amazing.
Look at the fucking back. I'm just going to be able to see that or not, but yeah, those things look rough.
You talk about a bad name for a movie. I don't know if it gets much worse than Night of the Seagulls.
Yeah, who greenlit
Night of the
that?
Seagulls.
Getting a board meeting, it's like, we're going to go with Night of the Seagulls. That
Yeah,
sounds terrifying.
that's going to bring them in.
On Saturday night at Night of the Seagulls.
How do you defeat them?
We're
Bread.
going to get Grim Reaper to do a song
Stroke
called Night of the
bread.
Seagulls.
Do
Night of the Seagulls.
do Dusty
for your life.
do Dusty promoting Night of the Seagulls?
Yeah, here it comes. Do
Let
it.
me tell you something, baby. August the 11th, Daddy. In theaters nationwide, if you will. Come one, come all to the Night of the Seagulls. Woo. Everybody I know has nightmares about seagulls, Daddy. And in Night of the Seagulls, those nightmares become a reality.
That's killer, dude. I love
Oh god.
February the 20th,
awesome.
The Gate 2 Trespassers. I have seen this movie.
it. I like
Not-
the sequel, actually.
It's not the first movie at
No,
all.
it's
They
not.
they
It's
went
not.
away from that quite a bit. And this one only stars,
That's the
Terry.
reverse art.
yeah.
Oh, I never even seen that. Cool.
Which I think I might actually have that over there. I think that was one of them that was like $8 and something on one of those sales.
Doesn't Uncle Bill have like the promo thing, the VHS like video store thing?
Yeah, what's the guy's name? What's his name that directed that?
Tibor Tokix.
That's right. He sent like a couple of different things, but like probably the most notable thing that he sent like through the mail was a mobile that was a video store promo that hangs down that has all the little like creatures like around it.
I have one of those too somewhere.
If you guys don't want to send it, I'll hang it for my stealing over there.
I have no idea where it's at.
Awesome. It really is awesome though.
I've
never seen anything like that. Really.
I'd hang it.
But
Are you sure that's sent it? You sure Victor didn't send that to you?
Tibor?
No, it was Tiber. Tibor.
No, we asked Felcher because Felcher interviewed him. Like, how the hell do you pronounce this dude's name? And I remember he said it was Tibor.
Tibor. Okay.
Tibor.
February 20th, William Castle Joint, originally released 1964 from Universal Pictures as well. The Night Walker.
Don't got it.
That I can't make anything out of that cover whatsoever.
Somebody's holding an eyeball, baby.
About what that would be about.
I see it now. I thought it was like a face, like with a weird nose.
I mean, it's an old one, old black and white. But
yeah, they released a lot of stuff like that. Most of it was from Universal Pictures, it looks like, too.
Trying to figure out what they were doing during this time period. I think they were just trying out like a lot of the older movies to see if like that had a market. And they stopped doing that pretty much now, except for occasionally they'll do it for like that limited edition stuff, like for 1,500 or something like that. They'll do it like one of the older titles like that.
I think that was before they did that sort of thing. So 7852 Hitchcock's shower scene. What is that?
I didn't know what that was either. Is that a documentary?
Yeah, this is a really good documentary. It's a documentary that just goes step by step how they did. Basically, the 7852 was like 78 takes, 52 shots or something. How they created the shower scene in Psycho. You get a lot of good interviews on here, just fans of the movie, people that are still alive that worked on the movie.
They have Gus Van Sant on it.
Oh, I don't know. No, I don't think. Actually,
maybe
they do
he
talk
watched
about the remake.
movie. He watched that movie before he filmed.
They do talk about the remake. You got Hitchcock's granddaughter on here talking, but yeah, it's crazy the shit that they went through for that little scene. You know, I know it's iconic, but he was articulate about the scene, whatever, and it's pretty cool. It's like I said, it's a good documentary. It's worth a watch,
dude. So, Garrett, you and I have talked about this before, but Universal used to have, like at Universal Studios, a Hitchcock. I don't even know what you call it exactly, but it was
called. It was called. Oh my god! There was a specific name for it. I'll try to find it, like Hitchcock Theater or something like that.
Somebody in the chat will know.
Yeah, and one of the things they did was they showed you like step by step how he created that scene.
Oh yeah, it was called Alfred Hitchcock: The Art of Making Movies.
Yeah, and that was like one of the best things. Like, and it doesn't exist anymore, I don't think, but back in the day, that was awesome.
I mean, you could they pick people in the crowd to like reenact the shower scene or whatever, and then I'm telling you that birds when you put the 3D glasses on, I've never in my life seen anything like that before. Like I literally was like this, like I was like a little kid, like trying to get the birds out. Like I felt like they were around me. Like I've never witnessed anything like that in my life. It was wild, but that was cool, man.
Also on February 27th, Colossus: The Forbin Project from 1970.
Woo! I'm not saying it.
Never heard of it. Wow.
So
apparently they commissioned a bunch of 5-year-olds around this time to make their cover art.
I think that they were using
real bad,
like what the hell?
I think they were using the original poster art on a lot of these.
So
that's what it looks
the action
like,
shot from the inside.
What is going on?
Does that look like an older poster art or something pop up front?
Look at Brian Goes Blues comment. That's killer, dude.
Yeah, I mean, that's all the artwork you get for the slip. But yeah, I don't know.
You gotta find that picture.
That
it's like another James Bond ripoff.
Speaking of funny funny T-shirts wearing to school. In high school, we went to ECW event, and my friend got the Francine 469 shirt. On the back it says, "I just ate your ass," and he wore it. He wore it to school the next day. and then they sent him to the office and told him to go home.
Did you guys have the
Oh my god!
were they called Big Johnson shirts that everybody had to turn inside out at school? Did you remember?
I
those?
Everybody
remember
had those at one time or another.
Yeah.
They all had like sexual innuendo on them or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's always some
I live
stupid
on
like Big Johnson fishing rods or something like that. That'll be
Right.
like, you know.
Yeah.
And
I live
that's-
in Florida. They don't get that shit down here.
Everybody
Wherever you
thought
want
they
to
were
down
so
here to school,
cool
they don't
turning their
care.
shirt inside out and stuff too. Like, oh, look, I'm a badass. Turn my
That
shirt
is so
inside
funny.
out. Fangs of the Living Dead on March the 6th. Is that one any good, Pop?
I've not
Ooh.
seen this one. Didn't get to this one yet.
Is that like Hammer or is that some other company?
It says Europix International
Oh.
Yeah, I don't think this is a Hammer. I don't
from
think.
1969.
But yeah,
Let us know.
I don't
in
know
the chat
anything
if
about it.
anybody's seen it.
you got some reversible on this. Looks like that's probably the original artwork there. I would guess.
Malinka.
Another name there. Old man Power Pick.
Malinka.
Also on March 6th, I think fans overall, like, I don't know if they're divisive anymore. It seemed like they were back then. The Strangers from 2008, which we did a Dead Pit on the Road for that
Yep.
way back in the day.
We did.
I like the movie, but that was another one I sold because I had that other Universal edition. So
Yep.
I like that artwork though, right there.
Yeah, that's a cool
Yeah.
artwork, I think.
I'm actually a fan of this movie. I like both of them, but I mean, I don't know. Looking at Liv Tyler for a few hours is always good. So yeah, it's
That's
it's
one
all right.
that's when we reviewed it on the road thing in the theater. I don't think I've ever went back and tried to rewatch it ever.
Did you like it when you saw it for the first time?
No,
No, he
Oh,
didn't.
really?
I remember the only
I
thing he
loved
kept
it.
saying. What they kept saying
I did
is,
too,
"Oh,
man.
God,
There was some
wearing
creepy
underwear,
shots in that
man."
movie. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
underwear
Yeah.
head. Yeah, I remember that. Like to me, there was just nothing to it. Like it started pretty much immediately, from what I can recall, and it was just fucking people beating on doors and stuff. I mean, that didn't do anything for me for some reason.
That one shot of
I
him in the house with the silence still is like one of my favorite. I think me and UB talked about that on the
Yeah.
Scariest Movie Moments, or whatever. That's still a great shot with the silence and nothing really happens, and he's just standing there like behind her or whatever. Super, super cool. Sequel's okay too. I know a lot of people like the sequel more. I think
do.
there's
I think I
elements of
do.
the sequel that are better, but I still like the original a little bit better. But I don't understand what this is now that they're remaking it already. I think that's kind of stupid.
And I know people that have got this from the Screen Factory site recently and still got the slip. You guys give a damn, but they're
Oh, wow.
the slip's still available. At least some people got it. So
There you go. March the 13th, the Bamalance.
Eric Roberts.
Eric Roberts,
yeah.
James Earl Jones. I've never seen this movie. Have you guys?
Mine's not
I
open,
haven't
but I
watched
have seen it before. It's it's another one of those. I love all those kind of like car
There's a
movies.
classic
or
90s
whatever.
cover
Like,
out there.
oh, that
Yeah.
is really cool.
And
Yeah,
what's
that's
going
cool.
on with James Earl Jones? He looks constipated in that picture. But yeah,
We're gonna use
Constipated
this
for
one.
30
Like,
years.
all right.
yeah, that's a classic 90s poster right there. But
From 1990, that movie was made. Triumph Releasing Corporation. So I'm guessing it was like a pretty much a no budget independent release. March the 20th, Nightmare at Noon from 1988, aka
fun movie
Death
right here.
Street, USA.
yep, it's a fun one.
I've never seen it. I've never seen this, and it's not open.
Yeah, it's from like 1988. You get a bunch of the old, car explosion stunts and stuff like that. I mean, it's a guy movie. It's a cheesy guy movie from the 80s. I had a good
Wings
time with it.
Hauser, so that's always a positive.
Yeah, this was 5 years before his his big blow up in champagne and bullets. This came out 5 years before. But,
Exactly.
I mean, this is cheesy as hell, man, but it's a lot of fun. It really is. I had a good time with it.
Also on March the 20th, and I think, Pop, you were going to talk a little bit about this one because this is one of your favorites in the whole show.
No.
Rockula from 1990.
Well, let me tell you,
Rockula!
this movie will never be watched again. If
No,
I
I was
ever
gonna say-
start selling off my Scream Factory shit, which I ain't planning on doing, this will be the first one to go.
This sucks,
I'm,
by the way.
I'm an
Yeah,
80s
probably-
kid.
Literally.
I'm an 80s kid, and I like 80s movies, but this is too cheesy even for me.
Wait a minute.
Nah,
Is
it was
that
real bad,
is that the dude from Summer School?
Yes.
Yeah, Chainsaw. Francis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not good. It's not a good movie.
It ain't good at all. It's not good at all. And you got like the girl that says Mickey. What's her name? Tony Basil. She's in it.
Oh yeah.
And,
What the hell she
fucking
doing
Thomas
in the movie?
Dolby. Thomas Dolby, you blinded me with sciences in it. And talk about a fucking bad actor. Man, it's rough. But yeah.
Yeah,
Pure
that just
garbage.
looks like a movie that I'd never watch.
Don't ever watch it. Yeah.
Rock
stay on that
you
track.
love.
Christian said in a stream one day that he's hoping for Rockula versus Blackula movie. That's what he's hoping for, but I don't know
Well,
if
maybe
it's coming.
Cool Duder can make that.
Rockula versus Blackula versus Rockula.
March the 27th, and this is the first of many of the limited edition steelbooks that they did this year. John Carpenter's Assault on Precinct 13, the 10,000 unit steelbook, and this is definitely one of my favorite Carpenter scores of all time.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't have the steelbook. I have the collector's edition, but I'm just starting to get into the steelbooks, and I haven't grabbed that one yet.
Ooh, baby.
Nice.
There he goes.
Nice.
He's bringing something to the table. Look at sick.
Let's go look at
It's
the
a
steelbook.
steelbook. And the one thing that I'll say about their steelbooks is at least they were all uniform. They all like, you know, I don't know if they're still doing them, but they all kind of go well together.
No, they are. They still kind of look pretty uniform, even the 4K ones.
Look at that. Look at it.
So the gimmick with the steelbooks again is I think they're updated transfers, right? They're 4K transfers
Yes.
on Blu-rays.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's not exactly the same release, which is good. Any thoughts on Assault on Precinct 13, though, the movie?
It's one of my favorite movies
I
of all
like it.
time. Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, it's a good
I'm pretty down with most anything Carpenter, so I like it.
one. Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude, I mean, in
still
terms
think
of
it's
like,
an underrated one too, honestly.
yeah, the soundtrack to that movie is so simple, but so like amazing too.
Mm-hmm.
March the 27th, same day. This is another one that I think Anchor Bay Entertainment did and got a pretty big fan base back when it came out, but you don't really hear a whole lot of people talk about it now. It's Behind the Mask, The Rise of Leslie Vernon.
No, I just watched this today, this afternoon. Yeah, I enjoyed it, man. It's like a mockumentary type movie, you know. So they make it sound like Freddy and Jason and Michael are all in their universe, and this is the up and coming, next serial killer, and they're doing like a mockumentary, and it turns into a full blown slasher. And, it's a good time. It is different.
And it did have its fan base when it came out. I remember, I think we reviewed it when the DVD came out, and a lot of people. It had a big buzz about it, like in 2007 or 2008, something like that, when it came out.
They were kickstarting a sequel, but it failed, so I don't think that's ever coming now. But it was supposed to be greenlit for a sequel. That was another one that I sold off with the slipcover because I think it was an Anchor Bay Blu-ray, I believe. So I sold that one off, but it's a cool movie for sure.
And you got Robert Englund in this, fairly small part.
Also on March the 27th, they were pretty busy that day. There's a few releases. I Remember You from IFC Midnight. It's a Skid Row song, right?
Yeah. Remember yesterday, walking in there, love letters in sand.
Garrett knows
But
I love it.
I have not seen this movie, so I don't know nothing about it.
I don't know either.
It's probably dog shit.
It looks like it's got the Zodiac cover on the front, like it's the same
And it must be
style
a foreign
cover.
release because I can't pronounce any of the people in it, so it must be a foreign release. Yeah, I don't know.
Anybody in the chat seen I
Remember you.
Let us know. Also on that day,
Transition out of that.
Prince of Darkness, which is
Steelbook, I think.
the Steelbook edition. Yes.
Yeah.
Ooh, he's the steel man. There he is.
This is
That's-
probably my favorite of any of them
I love
that I have.
Yeah, that's one.
I mean, steelbook wise.
Man, really, if you look at it, Scream Factory's released almost every Carpenter movie that he's ever
Oh, yeah.
done.
I think the only one they didn't is they haven't released Ghost of Mars, and I think they've gotten everything else. I'm pretty sure.
Whatever his
Pretty close
what
to
was
it.
the last movie? They didn't
Oh
do
yeah, that
one.
Ward or whatever.
The Ward.
They didn't do that one.
That shit.
But yeah, Prince of Darkness classic for sure. On April the 10th, Crucible of Horror from 1971. It was a Canon film.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Looks interesting.
Yeah, I don't have that. I never seen it.
Yeah.
Looks cool.
I
Never even
haven't
seen
seen
it.
it. But
Nothing.
What's
about it.
what's the is there alternate art or no?
yeah.
I do know that. Yeah, I don't know if I don't think I have it. But I know that artwork. That's why I asked you to flip it, because I feel like I knew that artwork from somewhere.
I don't think I've ever heard of that movie, honestly.
Yeah, I hadn't either. I hadn't had a chance to watch it yet, so. But,
Brian Goes Blue wants the Ward 4K steelbook signed by Amber Turd.
I would take that.
Hey,
She was
I
actually
would
in
take
that.
that.
she'll
yeah.
shit on it for you.
Sign it in brown
That's right.
ink.
Brownie.
Full Moon High, also on April the 10th.
Ow!
Yeah, I know
Something
there's
tells
fans
me
of this
this
movie.
is-
I'm not one of them. So yeah,
It's no Teen Wolf, I'll tell you that. But
It
I always
definitely is
like
not a
these
Teen
kind of
Wolf.
like teenage werewolf movies, so I'll give it a pass. But yeah, it's no Teen Wolf.
Was it like a genre comedy kind of thing, like they were doing?
It was more comedy, yeah.
Yeah, like they
Yeah,
had this
it
whole
wasn't
time
even-
period they were
but-
doing stuff like that.
I mean, look at this shit. So
Oh yeah, the chat's proving me wrong. The chat's proved me wrong over there. He had no Scream Factory hasn't done Dark Star or Christine either. So yeah.
yeah,
you're right.
yeah. This was not good. That's in the Rocky category for me. So
Something else that may not be good that came out the same day. Super Beast.
El Super Bisto.
I bought this because I thought this was El Super Bisto, but
Now that's
was
another $5 title on
God,
Hamilton book.
I think that's probably better if I'm guessing.
no, I'm just kidding. I didn't really. It actually doesn't look that bad. I don't know anything about it. I don't even have it opened, so I don't know
Yeah.
why I bought this or what. But it looks okay as far as the images on the back.
What year are we talking with that movie?
72.
72.
God, I can't even imagine what the hell that was. Is that just like a Yeti style movie, or what the hell is it about?
It's Super Beast.
Genetically engineered Super Beast.
The thing that makes me a little nervous about this though, Pop, look at the back of yours where it tells you like the credits of all the people in the movie.
yeah, there's
Like-
nobody. Producer, director, and screenplay. That's all it says.
It's all the
No
same
fact-
guy.
not credited or nothing.
Produced
This guy's
by
the whole
Gordon.
effing show.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Like, is there no one else in
Producer,
this movie?
director,
There's one guy?
screenplay. Come on.
It was a United Artist film. Super Beast.
That's too funny.
Now, this is one that's kind of questionable. I mean, I don't know if it's a it's not a horror movie at all. Cyborg, the Jean-Claude Van Damme movie.
Oh,
From
yeah.
89.
I love that movie.
Oh,
He
yeah.
about killed somebody in that movie though, for real, didn't he? Like, didn't Van Damme get sued for like he kicked somebody, like one of the stunt guys or something like that, and almost killed him?
I don't remember.
There was some big
Got the
controversy
original
about
art
that movie like that.
Also, like,
Oh yeah.
you mentioned a controversy because it says that it was released April of 89. I'm almost positive this movie was made years before, and it might have been shelved or something. I may be wrong, but I think this was the first U.S. movie that Van Damme actually starred in, like that he filmed.
No,
You know what? You
I
know what's
think his
weird?
first one was Red Scorpion. I think that was and then No Retreat, No Surrender was shortly after that. I think
Oh, I love that
that
movie.
would have been mid '80s.
Well, I mean, that's
Well,
the credited date that it came out, but I'm thinking this was filmed like way before it actually came out.
Yeah,
I'm
maybe.
Pop,
may
look
be
at
wrong,
look
but-
at this image and tell me, does that? It doesn't really look like Van Damme on there, does it? I feel like it doesn't.
Yeah,
Like,
not really.
Who is that guy?
It says Van Damme, the star of Bloodsport.
That's so
But, no,
funny.
yeah, really don't. It really don't.
That's funny.
It looks like he's holding a pressure washer. What's that weapon he's holding?
It is. It's a pressure washer.
He's going to
That'd
clean
be
your
so
deck
awesome.
for you.
He's here from the future to clean your deck. Yeah.
Do you remember when I don't know if you guys listened to it, but Method Man album had like a quote from that movie at the beginning of his album. I don't know if you guys knew that. Fun fact.
Nope. No idea. Also on April 24th, Daughters of Satan.
Never seen it, never opened it.
1972. Another United.
I've opened
Artists
it. That
movie.
soon.
That's some decent artwork there.
Yeah, it doesn't really look like,
Too
it
bad.
doesn't really look rated G though.
And no reversible.
Well, it's called
but
Daughters of Satan.
There's your action shot on the inside.
Wait a minute.
Boom.
Yeah, what's the deal here now?
That don't look like an old count, really.
Now here's what's funny is like,
It's another $5 Hamilton book release.
so this Super
This is-
Beast was says produced by Gordon Schneck, and then this one says produced by Aubrey Schneck. Well, they're related.
Yeah.
It's
And
the
again, you have
Sinead
producer,
Power
director,
duo.
screenplay.
Schneckers.
Yeah, you get no actors at the bottom. All you got is just producer, writer, and
That's
director.
right. It's all that matters.
That's, that's
Sinead.
interesting. Once they
You
get
just-
their hands on it.
You just got Sinead.
Next one up on April the 24th as well. The Troll double feature, Troll and Troll 2.
That's a
Yeah, this is one I had to come off the pocketbook a little bit to get this one. I got that it was out of print. This one was not cheap. So,
I love
Yeah,
this
that
movie.
one's still going for big money, isn't it?
yeah, I think so.
That's so good. I still get a kick out of part one when the guy's running around telling everybody his name's Harry Potter. I think it's funny now.
That's another cover out there that I remember from the video store days. That,
Oh, yeah.
that was one that kind of stood out.
Yeah, I've
So,
got the VHS
classic
of
one.
that somewhere in there.
Yep.
Yeah, Vestron video release. I'm wondering though, like, that would be another cool one for Vestron to do a re-release of, because
It would.
at least
It
the
would.
first one was like a Vestron release. They could do a double feature of those because they're out of
I
print.
think someone should do Troll again. These two.
Do a 4K. How about that?
Lindsay Lohan's sisters in part two. I don't think so. I don't think that's maybe
Who
the
is
case.
Lindsay Lohan's sister? I don't even know.
What, the girl that dances in part two of Troll? I don't think.
No.
And there's a really good documentary. What's called the best worst movie or something. That's not
Oh,
on this
yeah.
release, but it's on the other release. Whoever else put it out, it's on that
Yeah,
one.
it's a fantastic movie.
Eureka, I think, put it out.
Am I dreaming, or did we not interview fucking George Hardy at some
We
point
did.
in Deadbeat's career?
We
Yeah.
interviewed George Hardy and Joshua, Michael Stevenson, both.
Yeah,
How
I
about-
was just
Same
making
about-
sure.
How about Jeff Hardy?
Yeah, we got him too.
He's in jail.
Doodle. He came out and then did some crack and passed out.
May the 1st, 2018, Desolation. IFC Midnight Joint.
Whoa!
Hank
Oh,
Williams.
that
Jr.
looks-
on
This
the
cover
front there.
This cover, I think, it looks. It was interesting. When I went to watch it, I'm 45 minutes in, and not a damn thing's happened. You got these two ladies and a kid going camping. You finally see this dude standing off in the woods, and it looks like the damn Undertaker. And he has a cool look to him, but he don't do anything. He just stares at him. And like the last
He
15 minutes of the
sings.
movie, you got a little bit of action. But
I can't look at that cover.
Tell me, Hank, why do you drink?
so
Oh,
yeah, I was hoping it
God.
was going to be good. I like these outdoor survival movies, and this thing was slow as hell, man. Very
I got to
slow.
get that now. I've got to. I'm pretty sure I can get it cheap. Fucking.
Oh, look at that one.
Hamilton.
Sick.
Yeah.
Desolation.
So, but I can't wait for something to happen, man. They had a good setup, and it never. I don't know. It's too
Who
slow.
the
man.
hell names
Too
these
slow.
fucking movies? Because the other one that came out the same day,
Starring Adam Bomb.
1993 Adam Ball. Oh,
Throwing the football.
oh, Jesus.
Another IFC midnight movie, Kaleidoscope.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I think I
ain't seen
had
this
that
one
game
yet.
for my first computer or
So-
something.
So,
Now,
it's
what
got,
in the hell would that movie be about exactly?
They said Scream Factory.
Murder is a
Peacock.
matter of perspective, is what it says. And not Toby Jones, Anna Reed, and Sinead Matthews. I don't know who the hell any of those people are.
That's Dave
Um,
Matthews' sister, Snave Matthews.
Wow, look at that thing.
So I don't know. I haven't seen it, but this is one I got off Hamilton Books real cheap. So just haven't watched it yet.
Cage Fury on May the 8th. This one's from 1989. That movie sounds familiar. Now, who's in
Yeah, I
that?
thought I
Yeah, this
had
is-
that, but
yeah.
I couldn't
This is a
find it.
fun
I couldn't
movie.
find it.
You got Eric Estrada in this. Eric Estrada might be one of the worst actors in history of movies. And he just walks around with his pretty face and his turtleneck. And they're his sidekick in this is like a martial arts badass. And you can tell that he's not. They have like one fight scene together and he gets like shot. So the rest of the movie, he's like the guy in the chair. As the other guy goes and does all the action scenes, and he just kind of stands there and doesn't do shit the rest of the movie. But
That is
this
funny.
thing is wall to wall tits and ass. I mean, it's got a lot of good visuals in it. So, but it's a fun movie. I like prison movies, women prison movies. This is one of the better ones I think. Campy and shitty as hell, but the fight scenes are funny as hell. So this was a good time.
I know one guy that would definitely like that movie.
You don't get no there's the inner artwork, man, or the disco art, but it's a fun movie. Not a good movie. It's a fun movie.
Steve would like that one.
Yep.
Steve would like it too.
I always
Your mic's off.
He clicked his mic off or something. You
who you
back?
talk to.
I hear you now. You clicked out for a second.
No, it's when he played that clip. It muted everything, I think.
Oh.
Everybody always gives me shit like I ain't retarded. Fucking
Hey, you can't say that word.
Oh, sorry. I'm not mentally disabled. Fucking
He's not me.
on here. I gotta click this button. This shit. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh god.
All right. So what we're on?
Right after
May the
Kaleidoscope.
we're still Cage Fury. Okay.
oh yeah.
Also on May the 8th, The House That Dripped Blood.
Yeah, I didn't have that one. I thought I did.
Somebody else released that though.
Yeah. If I remember correctly, I think this is an anthology movie. And the funny thing is, the title is The House of Drip Blood, and there ain't a drop of blood in the whole damn movie. But this is what I'm thinking it is. I think it is. But you got Peter Cushing in this, Christopher Lee, but I don't think it's a Hammer title. But like I said, it's an anthology. It wasn't bad. A little slow. Not a lot of gore at all. More of like a,
Well, it's
mystery
from like
type
71.
for the most part.
so-
It's not great.
They did a lot of like 60s and 70s movies, early 70s, mainly this year. May the 15th, Dr. Blood's Coffin. You remember Dr. Blood, Uncle Bill?
Oh my god. Why did you have to bring that guy up? I tried to forget that guy.
That was one of our early trolls back in the day on the Dead Pit message board. They made a movie about him, evidently.
They call me Dr. Blood.
Call it Dr. Blood.
Yeah.
Cowbell.
Hold on. We got one of the classic posters on the inside there.
There you go.
That's pretty badass, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
But
From
I've not
1962,
seen it.
United Artists. So, could be good.
So, Killer Nerd said Amicus. So maybe that was in the Amicus collection, I think. Could it have been? Might have been.
I always
I have
get
that
Amicus and Hammer and all those kind of.
Yeah.
Also, let's see, May the 15th. And this is one that they had a hard time selling because this was all over like Walmart for like discounted. I think it was what, $29.99. The It's Alive box set
Yeah.
with all three. It's Alive, It Lives Again, and It's Alive 3.
Island of the Alive. Oh, yeah.
I actually do have that for some reason.
I like these little movies. I think these are cool.
I can't remember if I bought that or not. I don't know if I honestly I don't know it's bad. I don't know if I.
It was on sale, I think.
Look, it's like little Bobby Lashley.
I got this. Real cheap.
Yeah,
real cheap.
Bobby.
Bobby Lashley.
Bobby.
Baby Lashley, yeah. Yeah, I like those little It's Alive movies.
Now that's old school right there.
Yeah.
Is the next title Jerry Horror's Cask?
Where are all these people, anyways?
I don't know.
Weird.
In prison, maybe. This is another one that Garrett's a huge fan of. Give you a chance to talk about it. Released May the 22nd of 2018. Of Unknown Origin from 1983.
Hell yeah, man. Love this movie.
Warner Brothers movie.
Peter Weller.
Yeah, man.
Yep,
Peter Weller is like one of my favorite actors. He just kicks ass every time, especially in these movies that he has to kind of go nuts. Like, I just love this movie. I think it's super underrated. No one ever really talks about it. It's just really, really good, like 80s type movie. And he's a business guy that has an apartment building, and it's infested with like this rat that then he's trying to kill and stuff. And the rat's like kind of big and it's having babies and stuff. And it's basically just him versus a rat movie, but it takes place in his apartment. It's really cool. And he just kind of starts descending from madness and stuff, trying to kill this thing. And highly recommend of Unknown Origin if anybody has not seen this or doesn't own it.
And it also says in the opening credits, introducing Shannon Tweed. So this was Shannon Tweed's first time on film. And yeah, this is a great slipping into madness kind of movie. And Peter Weller does a great fucking job going from a normal guy, to this crazy son of a bitch by the end of it. So
yeah,
his definitely falls up his crack during the movie.
Mm-hmm.
It was a lot of fun.
Continuing on here, May the 22nd, it's The Vampire and the Ballerina.
Yeah, fuck, I got it.
1962.
I thought you said you didn't like ballerina movies.
Is that the real name of it?
Which is why I haven't watched it yet. This is another one I think I got from Hamilton Book super cheap. But this is going to complete my ballerina collection. So,
It's good.
I don't know shit about it.
We had to have the vampire and the ballerina.
That dance.
I mean, she's showing a lot of leg, man, for an old black and white. So
look at that.
There's that. But yeah, I don't know, man.
There's probably lots of messes back in the theater back then,
Yeah, but I feel this is probably not my cup of tea.
June the 5th, The Devil's Gate. IFC Midnight Movie Blu-ray DVD combo pack. Any memories of The Devil's Gate at all?
Yeah, not. I watched it a few days ago, and it's not great. It's all right. It's got some pretty cool looking shots of some aliens, but very, very forgettable movie. So
that reminds me of that. Was it called Heaven's Gate? The cult.
Yeah, the cult. That's what I was thinking about too.
Yeah.
The Devil's Gate is the name of the town. What a shitty name for our town, Devil's Gate.
Yeah,
that's where you want to live.
Yeah. The Midnight Man, also on June the 5th from IFC Midnight Blu-ray DVD combo.
There he is. Look at him.
He's the Midnight Man.
You got Robert Englund and Lynn Shay in this, and neither one of them really add that much to the movie. It's they don't have necessarily. Well, Robert Englund's not in it hardly at all. He kind of pops in there at the end for a little bit in the beginning. Lynn Shay, she's the old grandma that's bedridden. She has a few moments that are pretty good, but overall, this is it's all right. It's very, very forgettable. It has some pretty good gore shots in it, but kind of a forgettable movie. It's not bad. Not the worst I've seen.
Another anomaly, though, in this year was the collector's edition of Ninja 3: The Domination, which they did like.
That's a great movie, though.
They did a collector's edition, though, without a slipcover back in like 2013.
No, I don't think it was a collector's. That's why.
Yeah, I never got that one. But
that's the one I have. Was it a collector's back then? Do you know?
No, it wasn't. No, I don't think.
Which is, again, it was such a weird. Yeah, like I have that without the slip or whatever, but I wasn't going to double dip on that. I don't know if it's got special features or just the slip. I'm not sure exactly.
It says on this list that it was the collector's
pretty good
edition,
amount.
but I don't know.
Well, this one here was a collector's edition. When they first released this, It was just like a kind of a bare bones release, and then later on they re-released it as a collector's edition and added a shitload of features on the back.
I do love that movie though.
Yeah, it is.
You remember?
It's a good one.
There was a time period when CK like had a Shokazugi kind of, I don't know, like he was obsessed with Shokazugi.
The thing is I couldn't figure out which ninja movie it was because Shokazugi did a fucking ton of ninja movies in the late 70s, early 80s. And I kept thinking it was maybe the American, like he didn't do the American ninja movies, but I didn't know what it was. So it took me forever to find it.
There was Return of the Ninja, Revenge of the Ninja, and then this one. And Revenge of the Ninja, I've seen it in the movies, in the theaters when I was a kid. Revenge of the Ninja is one of my favorite ninja movies. It's a lot of fun.
It did Enter the Ninja too, which was Franco Nero, I think, is in it.
Maybe it wasn't Enter the Ninja. But Revenge of the Ninja.
I mean, he did more.
Part.
He did Pray for Death was another ninja movie.
I've got that one. Yeah.
He did a few years ago. He did the Ninja Assassin. He's like the main guy in that at the end.
I think Arrow released a couple of his movies not too long ago too. I know they did Pray for Death.
This one here is like a horror / ninja movie. I mean, Lucinda Dickey is in it, and she's possessed, which is great.
Yeah, I like anything with Lucinda Dickey. So.
The opening, probably 10, 15 minutes of this movie is probably the best ninja cinema ever put on film, I think. From what I can recall.
Then you get a nice hot tub ninja scene or whatever.
It's good. I mean, I think it's well made too, actually. But what else can you say about Ninja 3: The Domination? It's classic. June the 19th, Alien Predators. Bulls. How confusing is that going to be?
This has got that dude from Fade to Black. What's his name? Dennis Christopher. And he plays kind of a playboy type character in this. It's another movie. It was forgettable, but it was much better than I thought it was going to be.
Well, they were just trying to confuse the shit out of people too. Like,
well, the thing is, I haven't seen this. It's still sealed, but I remember people were giving this pretty good reviews on like, I don't know if it was a podcast I was listening to one day or something, but it's an old movie. It's an 80s movie. It looks like it's something that came out in like the 2013 or something like that. You find out like Walmart, but it's actually an old school movie that I haven't actually checked out. So,
and it's got something I definitely title called The Fallen, The Forbidden, or some shit like that.
Could you imagine though the amount of moms and dads that their kids are like, "Oh, I want Alien," or "Oh, I want Predator," rented at the video store, and they pick that out.
Yeah. Like you get the best of both worlds, kid.
There you go. Have at it, both Alien Predators. Night of the Lepus was also released that day.
Oh, that's a classic. That
is a pretty big following. Yeah,
I don't have it.
Killer Bunnies.
Mm-hmm. Janet Leigh. This don't just have what's his name from Star Trek in it?
Leonard Nimoy.
So I'm gonna go on. I've never been on Hamilton Books before, so maybe they have something like that cheap. I'll have to check it out.
They've got a lot of boutique stuff on there.
That's so funny. I've never even been on that site.
Yeah.
And they're fairly priced too. Even the new stuff is
pretty
fairly priced, actually. They had, I was getting ready to get, I think it was the remastered Tourist Trap for $7.99 on there.
Wow.
Right. June the 26th, Curse of the Cat People. What was the fascination around this time? This was 1944.
Yeah, I haven't seen this one yet. This is an old one. Yeah.
It's an RKO Radio Pictures release.
Oh, is that a Val Lewis one? Or Val Luton?
That was like MB on the back cover from Mayberry. I don't know.
Big killer.
Aunt
B was in. Wasn't she in Spider Baby or something like that? She was in a horror movie when she was. God damn it! It wasn't Spider Baby. What was it? Somebody in the chat will know.
So there was like Val Luton made a movie that was the inspiration for the remake that they did of Cat People that had like in the 70s. That might be it. I'm not sure.
July the 3rd, 2018, The Cured. It's another IFC Midnight or IFC Films movie.
I haven't seen this recently, but I think I have seen this since I've got it in, but I haven't watched it recently. I don't know much about it. I don't remember much.
Not very
It's
memorable,
pretty forgettable. Yeah, not very
He was
memorable.
in I Spit on Your Grave.
So,
She was, yeah. She was the one that got anally raped in that movie.
Well,
Andy?
Garrett, you can take this down. Go ahead and take
Late
us off.
30 boy. You can get away with it.
Well,
Aunt B better have my damn bean pies ready. Yeah.
demonetized. That's it.
Oh, shit. Oh, God.
Also on July 3rd, The Midnighters.
Yeah, I haven't seen this one.
Wow.
But,
Look at that, romantic.
yeah.
I think at this point in time, Scream Factory was like, we've got people that'll buy anything that we'll release. Let's see how cheap we can get these movies and fucking just come out with a ton of them.
Yeah, they bought the rights to those at a flea market, I believe.
They put out a shitload of these IFC midnights, especially during this time.
Yeah, see, it's like this is a weird year. Like, I mean, like I'm looking at what I have left, and I mean, there's a couple cool ones, but there's not those big bangers like they were, up until this point.
Well, here's where it's about to change, though, because on July 17th, IFC Midnight release of The Housemaid.
Oh,
Banger.
no.
I haven't seen
Wow.
this, man. I don't know nothing about it.
Look at that
But,
thing, huh? The Housemaid.
That just looks awful.
Yeah.
Oh,
You get nothing on the inside. You get that shit on the inside, too. Fill in the blanks.
Okay.
I don't know.
yeah.
I'm almost betting that they get these movies. They're like, okay, we'll just give you like 2% of the profits on this. You're going to give us this movie. Because they're not going to pay for shit. I mean, you would think that they wouldn't, but. Also on July 17th, Piranha 2, The Spawning.
The Spawning.
James Cameron classic.
Ooh.
Oh, it's classic, all right.
Cool ass artwork, though.
Yeah.
Garrett's got the other side there.
They said it was originally
So-
planned for a collector's edition release, but they just did the standard.
Let's see what's got the features on there. Not much.
Also, let's see, a week later. Anything about Piranha 2, though? Anybody else want to mention? I mean,
It's
Yeah.
okay.
it's funny that James Cameron, what he become just a couple years
Yeah.
later.
What I read was he actually got fired from the movie, but they ended up still putting his name on the poster just to make it sell more. Have an American director on the title. But he had got fired at one point through most of the movie.
Well, and since then, they've probably sold a ton of copies just putting his name on it.
Yeah,
James Cameron.
I'm sure.
July the 24th, another Carpenter release, a collector's edition.
Don't
In the
even say it.
Mouth of Madness.
You leave Sam Neill alone.
Mm.
Yeah,
I
man.
actually don't mind
I
this
like
movie.
this
This
movie.
is one of the
I love
few
that
Sam Neill movies that I kind of like.
I got that sticker on it there.
Hop sticker. There you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, I don't have one on mine.
Experience
sticker
John
on mine.
Carpenter's terrifying film like never before. High def 4K transfer.
Been
This
a
is a
while
cool
since I've seen that movie.
I
Crazy,
love this
crazy
movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a fan of it too.
Kane. Yeah, it's
1995.
You want to go back and watch something killer though? Watch the scene I think they're in a restaurant where the homeless guy comes up to the window.
oh yeah.
The way that scene is shot is like amazingly well done. Like
Love
just
it.
that whole sequence is great.
Now, this is one that I have on Blu-ray that I think it was Sony or whoever released it before did like a standard Blu-ray of it. So I do have it on Blu-ray, but it's not the Scream Factory one. Memoirs of an Invisible Man. Also on
Now,
that day.
as far as I remember, I haven't seen that movie in probably since it came out. I don't remember that movie being great.
Yeah,
I thought it was all right.
it's okay. HBO used to play it on repeat back in the day. Yeah, it's okay.
Again, this is one of those Carpenter movies that no one ever talks about.
I don't know if I've ever seen it. I don't know if I've ever seen that one.
I think it's entertaining.
Yeah, that one was one from 92. It came out. Okay. August the 7th, 2018, Low Life. The Tony Moran story.
That shit.
Is that a guy in a luchador mask
Yeah.
in the top?
That's a good one.
What?
He's a low life.
Good Lord.
Well, there's the
Another IFC Midnight, by the way, if you haven't figured that out.
yeah.
Man, they did a lot of IFC Midnight releases on this year. Also on August the 7th, they did Pie Whack It.
No, you don't.
Did they? Pie wagon, baby. What the hell?
You should do a double feature with Pie Wacket and the Willets.
Kevin Sullivan stopped him right in the Pie Whack It.
Wow, look at that. It's creepy. It's like Skinny-Marink. Like
Oh,
the
God.
prequel.
Well, Pie wagon might have been the precursor to Skinamarink. We don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it was.
I've seen this, and you know, just skip it. It's okay. It's slow as hell. Not a whole lot happens.
August 7th. Also, there's a lot of stuff on August 7th. I know it feels like somebody's watching me.
And I have no
John
privacy.
Carpenter.
Yeah,
I've got
I
that.
could not find it.
I've got that in the DVD of that Twisted Terror collection, I think.
Yeah, it was in that.
It came out. Yeah.
Yeah, no reversible.
think-
You get a shot there.
Yeah, that's one that I think I have over there, and I got it. Very discounted rate. I hope Scream Factory continues to have those sales like they had.
Ragnar doesn't
catch up
like
with some
John
of the stuff.
Carpenter. There's a couple things in his movies he doesn't really like.
Yeah. That guy. I'm sorry if I don't trust his advice. Can't get behind him.
Steve's like, I don't like him either.
Yes. That's shit.
Another IFC Midnight. Wildling?
I finished this right before the stream started. About 8 o'clock
Oh,
tonight.
I'm
Was
sorry.
it wild? Was it wild?
It's got Viv Tyler in it. Did I say her name?
Oh,
Eris-
Liv Tyler.
Steven Tyler's daughter. And it's all right. It's got some interesting scenes in it, but overall, it's somewhat of a letdown. But it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. So
Wildling. Who names this shit?
That's
Why would
awful.
you name anything? What does Wildling even mean?
she's almost like a Neanderthal / Wolfman. It's like a race, whatever, that got kind of wiped out. And it's got your boy, whatever, Chucky. What's his damn name? Got the voice of Chucky, whatever. He's like her dad. And he kind of like keeps her hidden away, makes her think that she can't go out into the world. She's like one of the last wildlings he finds as a baby. And she finally goes out, starts going to high school and later in the movie, and it's like I said, it's okay. It's got some pretty decent parts in it, but overall it's kind of boring. Not a whole lot happens. I mean, I'm trying to hype it up the best I can. That's the best I can give you. There ain't really nothing.
It's okay. It's
okay.
kind of boring, but
Yeah.
August the
She
14th.
kind of looks like Nail. Somebody said, chickpea swaying in the wind.
PTSD's.
Brad Dorff. I forget his name. Brad Dorff. And he's actually got a lot of things in the movie, especially in the beginning. So
Oh my god.
Nail.
You remember that movie?
Yeah.
They never do that movie now, man.
No.
Oh,
Can't
God.
show a mentally handicapped woman's tits, Uncle Bill. That does not.
What the fuck? I didn't remember. I didn't even remember that.
Yes.
She wasn't mentally handicapped. She was deaf, if you
Or
remember,
whatever
right?
was wrong with her. There was
She-
something wrong with her. They were taking advantage of her, showing
She
her
was
nude.
deaf because she'd grown up and her mother. Yeah, it was a whole thing. Anyway,
and you do get some wildling titties in this. You get some nice
Wildling.
wildly nudity. She's kind of hairy, but nice
Garrett.
titties are not bad.
Garrett, delete.
What is happening? What is happening?
Delete. Abort.
Jack Payne Wayne.
Pain in the wind.
I am so lost right now. I don't know what's going on.
You've never seen Nail, Garrett? Have you never seen that?
Nell?
Nail.
Yeah.
No, I've never
With
seen it.
Liam Neeson, Jodie Foster.
Oh
and
my
I think,
God. You've never seen Nail?
Jodie Foster
No.
directed that, I think.
The Liam Neeson's wife was in that too. That died. God, what was her
Miranda
name?
Richardson or something like that?
Yeah, the
No,
Australian
should
girl.
so you're telling me I should see Nell? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Everyone
should see it right
experience
now.
it. Yeah, experience.
4K?
I don't know if
It
they're.
is
I don't
something-
even know if it's on Blu-ray, to be honest with you, but check it out for sure. August the 14th. All Control Delete. Army of
Control
Darkness, the Steelbook edition, limited to 10,000 copies. Got Army of
I didn't get it, but I had to
Darkness
show my
Steelbook.
4K anyway. I got 4K still, but I ain't got
Hell
the,
yeah.
the Blu-ray one yet. So, but
Army of Darkness,
it's
man,
coming.
that's one. I love that movie, but I've watched it way too many times, so I'm burnt out on it.
Yeah, I have to. I have to.
They call me.
What?
Nothing. Oh God.
Yeah,
Is
you
that
guys are
real? Is that really the tagline? A beautiful young hermit woman with many secrets. KB is in the house. What's going on, man? He said that you definitely need to see Nail.
What's up,
Nail
KB?
is actually a good movie. I mean, it's not a bad movie.
It is.
Dirk is not a fan of Army of Darkness. What do you guys think of it? I always liked it.
I like it.
Yeah, I
I
like
don't know how you could. I don't know how you could not like Army of Darkness.
it. Yeah.
It's just a goofy, fun movie.
Yeah. I mean, it's like I said, I've seen it probably way too many times. I think we did we do an on the road for it? I know we saw it in the theaters. I can't remember if we filmed it or not, but that's one that we got to check out at a midnight movie back in the day. Also on August the 14th, another Steelbook edition of The Howling, Joe Dante joint.
I actually do have that.
Showing off some fangs there, boys.
Great movie.
Yeah, it is. Great steelbook, too.
Yeah, that's one of the 4Ks that I actually picked up because it was like crazy cheap on Amazon or something, like $10 or something like that. So, Life Force was also that day, the Steelbook.
I would like to
Everybody-
have that, but I do not.
Yeah.
Everybody needs that in the best quality imaginable because y'all know why.
Lord,
4K titties.
that movie may have the most nude, in terms of length of time that somebody's nude in a movie of any horror film I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't
I
go
did
wrong
buy that
with
yesterday off Facebook. It's coming. So I don't have it yet, but it's on the way.
This is one that I didn't get when it came out, but it was one that I always wanted pretty much I don't think it didn't stay in print very long with the slipcover and everything. Also came out that day though, Return of the Living Dead Part 2.
Classic.
Yep.
Except it's completely just
It's not good, but I love it.
no. The special effects in it are just. If you watch it now, they're god awful.
Yeah.
It's a prime example of a bad movie that I totally love. I love every
Yeah.
minute of it.
I like it, yeah. It's fun. Get the Michael Jackson zombie.
And it's actually one of my
electrocuted
earliest,
Michael Jackson.
yeah, for no reason either. I mean, it's just one cut scene that they could have easily just taken out but it's my earliest memory of going to the movie theater as a kid. So this came out January 1988. I wasn't even 8 years old at this point, but I've always loved Return of the Living Dead too. The next one, damn, they had a lot of stuff on August the 14th, 2018. The Unborn from 1991. There are a couple of different movies called Unborn.
Yep.
So this is not Juby though.
Right.
No,
Okay.
I thought for sure I had that, and I could not find it in that shelf.
Yeah.
Independent release looks like.
It's a Corman movie, right?
It says it was Cali Film was the
Hmm.
distribution company on it.
It's got
I'm not
Kathy Griffin in it.
positive.
If that's a seller for you.
Oh God.
That's odd. Also, another good chance to tell everybody to thumbs the video up. We got 160 people checking us out live right now, so that's very cool. Staying up kind of late with us and everything. We just have a few more left, and then we'll be done. So, Straight Jacket from 1964, Columbia Pictures release. They did a couple.
That's
of Columbia.
Joan Crawford, I think.
Yeah, starting Mommy Dearest here.
Yeah.
But
And
I haven't seen the show.
I believe is that William Castle that directed that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there are two
Yeah.
William Castle movies here because The Tingler is the other one that came out the same day.
Yeah.
From 59. All-time classic right
Yeah,
there.
that is.
Vincent Price, joint
Yeah.
Columbia Pictures.
Love that movie.
Another one that this came out the next week, August the 28th. Brain Scan. It's another one that people really champion from the mid-90s.
Love
That's a great one.
Love
That's a fun
it.
movie.
Edward
Love that
Furlong. And what was the
Yeah.
dude's name in it?
Trickster.
Frank. Yeah, the Trickster.
Yeah.
Trickster, yeah.
Yeah, this is a fun one, man. It's I'm a computer nerd, and to watch his computer equipment back then, it's supposed to be top of the line. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, that's cool.
Well, it's the same thing with what was that movie? The Net. Do you remember The Net with Sam?
Oh, yeah.
Sandra Bullock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, War Games. War
It's like a
Games is
time
another one like
capsule.
War
Yeah.
games, yeah.
that. Yeah.
Even little things like Lawnmower Man had like a lot of that stuff as well.
Yeah.
Also, see, September the 4th, we're cutting to September the 4th, Ghost Stories from IFC Midnight. DVD Blu-ray combo pack.
Yeah, this is like an anthology type movie. I think the only big star is Martin Freeman. It's got some creepy damn shots in it. There's some creepy scenes in it. But
Yeah,
overall fairly forgettable, but it does have some pretty creepy shots. You know.
I don't remember why I got this. I don't know if I've even watched it. I can't remember it.
It's not the worst thing I've seen. Like I said, it got me a couple times. There was some creepy shit in it. But not bad.
I know the next one though that come out September the 11th, 2018, one of Uncle Bill's favorites,
Oh God.
Brain Dead
Oh yeah.
from 1990.
Bill Pullman,
I
Bill
didn't have
Paxton.
it.
That's a good one.
Dead.
I thought I had it. Couldn't find it. Maybe that's
Man,
the
I-
one to look by.
That's another one though. I definitely remember that cover art.
Saw on top of his head off. But yeah.
From
It's
1990.
a fun one, man.
Concord. Was that a Roger Corman movie?
I think it is a
Adam
Corman movie.
Simon. Is it a Corman movie?
I
He may
think
have
it is.
produced it or something. I thought that
You
was
got
his
George
company.
Kennedy in this also. Yeah. It's all right.
I gotta
Pretty good.
probably
I enjoyed
check
it.
There's a lot of randomness in this year with Scream Factory. A lot of different companies and older, obscure movies. On September the 11th, also, The Seventh Sign from 1988, originally a TriStar Pictures release.
Yeah, I remember that one for
Yeah.
sure.
This
though.
movie holds up pretty well, man. You got what's his
Demi
name?
Moore,
Bean?
right?
Yeah, Demi Moore and Michael Biehn from Terminator and Aliens and stuff. This is actually a pretty good flick. So holds up pretty well. It's dated. It's dated.
I would
Special
like to
effects
see
are dated
that
a little
again,
bit.
though. It's been so long since
Yeah.
I've seen it. I'd love to see it again.
That's
Yeah.
probably one that's out of print at this point, though, I bet, right?
I don't
Yeah, I'm
know.
not
I
sure.
have the DVD. I didn't own that Scream Factory title.
Yeah, but it's a good one.
I'm gonna write these down, man.
The next week on September the 18th, they had a couple of different releases. The first one, The Evil from 1978, a New World Pictures.
It's a cool movie.
release.
Yeah.
This is cool.
I haven't seen this one, but I've seen it before.
Yeah, that's a good
I
one.
remember that artwork. I've probably seen it, but it doesn't ring a bell.
Evil.
The second one from September the 18th, one that Garrett champions a whole lot. And it's the only one that I actually recently watched, so we could kind of talk about it a little bit. It's Scream for Help, boss. I got my copy too.
Got the director
This
Death
is
Wish.
it's one of those ones that really caught me off guard. I had never heard of it before, and I had bought it maybe on a sale or something. And then one night, randomly, I just threw it on. I don't know if maybe it might have been on like Into the Darkness documentary or something. I was like, oh, it looks pretty cool. I have that. And I watched it and I was like, this is actually really, really cool that no one ever brings up. And I told you guys about it. And I think that's why, Wes, you ended up grabbing it. And you said you watched it today. I'm curious to know what you thought. You didn't tell me.
Yeah, I mean, I liked it. It's got some hokey stuff in it. Like there's a scene, one of the girls, the lead in the movie, her best friend gets run over and killed.
Yeah.
And immediately she fucks his boyfriend, right? Literally the next scene.
That sounds about right.
But
don't watch the trailer. The trailer shows everything. I mean, it shows all kind of shit in the trailer you don't need to know. A lot of spoiler shit.
I had fun with it just because, like, it's kind of cheesy and everything, but I mean, it's a fun movie. I enjoyed it for what it was, and there's a lot of gratuitous nudity in it as well, which is fun. And I thought the lead guy in it did a pretty good job. What was his name? David Allen Brooks, who was in The Kindred as well. He was the lead in that because I knew I'd seen him in something again recently, and I was like, what in the hell has that guy been in? But he'd done a lot of movies. But The Kindred was the one that I was thinking about.
Yeah, Brian Goes Blue said it's the best Lifetime movie ever or whatever. But I mean, it kind of has a little bit of a vibe like that, but it's got a little bit of home invasion and stuff in it as well. And I don't know, I just thought it was pretty fun.
Matt says it's kind of like Butcher Baker Nightmare Maker. If that's the case, I definitely want to get that.
I just watched that the other day.
The same guy that made the first 3 Death Wish movies too.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Same director and everything. Yeah, I mean, it's fun. I mean, I don't know if it's really horror. Like if you like The Stepfather maybe or something like that. I don't know. It was from 80, what was the year on this? 84?
Get it.
Yeah, I would recommend it for sure.
Get it.
September the 25th, The Bride from 1985.
Shit, I remember that movie.
Oh, yeah, I do remember that movie.
Because Sting's in it.
Sting!
I don't remember that.
Yeah, this is
Not
like
the good Sting.
This thing was popped up like a bitch when it came out. Not the good Sting.
No.
Yeah.
Jennifer Beals.
You're at the wrong place at the wrong time. That's what's going on.
Like to see that Sting drop from the rafters. That'd be great. The bass.
Now, this next movie is a clear example that anything can be a collector's edition. Any movie.
Hey, you leave Linda Blair alone.
I love Linda Blair. She's hot as hell even in this movie, but Jesus Christ. It's The Exorcist II, The Heretic.
Quite possibly one of the worst movies ever committed to film.
It's pretty bad.
Probably one of the worst mainstream studio movies ever made.
Yep.
Yeah. Another VHS cover I remember seeing 100 times.
When that movie came out, it was the biggest budget Warner Brothers had ever done for a movie.
That's crazy. That's crazy to think about that.
What blows my mind is there's people that absolutely think it's a masterpiece.
Really?
That champion that movie still to this day. Yeah, because when we were doing the show about it, I didn't realize there's a lot of fans of that movie.
Somebody needs to dress up as the Locust Man for Halloween. That'd be amazing.
James Earl Jones. Yep.
Did anybody do? I have a Shout Factory, I think, edition of Grotesque. Did they ever do that on Blu-ray? Jason just brought it up. That's another cool Linda Blair movie, Grotesque. I know Shout Factory did a DVD of it. I don't know if it ever got to Blu-ray though. Do you have that, Pop? Do you know? Not this year, but at all.
I don't think so.
Well, The Exorcist II is one of those movies too, though, that it lasts forever. Like it's 2.5. Is it 2.5 hours long? What's the length on it? I know it's crazy long, and it's
it's over to it. Like
it's so boring that it makes those 2.5 hours seem like 8 hours or something. Like it's just,
117 minutes.
We want 117.
well, that's actually just close to 2 hours, but it feels like it's
it might have
20
well
hours.
been 8 hours.
They have a 117-minute version and a 102-minute version. They have two different versions of the film on there.
Yeah, there's two different versions. When one is not enough.
70-minute version. That'd be about right.
Next one that was up same day, September the 25th, a Rec box set including Rec 2, Rec 3 Genesis, and Rec 4 Pocket.
I think you can still get those, can't you?
Yeah,
Like,
you
fairly-
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
You can still get this pretty cheap. These are fun movies.
Yeah, I never bought the box set, so it's been in my Amazon list for a while just because I do want to get it. But
Yeah.
I'm waiting for it to like get on sale. It'll be out of print probably before it ever goes on
And
sale.
this is a good box. This is one of the harder boxes. You know,
Yeah.
pretty good stuff.
I just gotta pull the trigger on it.
Wasn't that another one that was in Walmart for a while?
Yeah.
I
Yep.
think so.
This and The Fly and a couple others. But yeah, I got this one cheap, man.
On October the 2nd, 2018, it was Feral from IFC Midnight. Ooh.
I mean, it's not bad. I had to get this. It's got Scout Taylor Compton in it. I thought
That's
it was
why
actually
you got
pretty
it.
decent. Definitely why I got it. Yeah.
And I think this is one of the earlier IFC Midnight releases, I think. But yeah, I enjoyed it. It was all right.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good.
Cool shot of the bite mark there. But
Somebody that was feral bit that woman. They did a couple of steelbooks in October on the 9th. We'll just do them both together. Halloween 2 and Halloween 3.
I've actually already got these. Some of the only steelbooks I got in from the old days.
I really love that Halloween 3 a lot.
Yeah.
I love the steelbook artwork on that.
They're still sealed.
Both of those were limited to 10,000 copies, and they're still trying to sell some of them, I think. I think it was on the last sale.
Yes.
At least a part 3 was, or one of them.
But it's funny because those had sold out for a while, and then they re-released them, and people were pissed because they were sold out for a long, long time.
They found them in Charles Band's warehouse.
They probably did, yeah, with all those big box Wizard videos.
October the 9th, 2018, House on Haunted Hill, the remake from 1999.
You know what? That's the only collector's edition that I never got. Because I could never
either.
That's like on my that's on my want list. But I need it with the slip because I've got every collector's edition with a slip, so I'm not just going to get that one without. So I never bought it. Just
what you should do, Garrett, do you have any FYE stores near you?
I've checked. Remember, I even said to you one day, I said, because you said you might have seen one. I was like, if you see one with a slip, get it for me because I do have one FYE, but I've never found it there with a slip on
If
it.
anybody in the chat goes to a FYE and sees one, let Garrett know because I've seen them for a while, but I haven't been to FYE in a while either.
LA Jewel says FYE still has. If you guys can find me an that with a slip, can you please hit me up on Instagram and I will pay for it. If you guys could send
my closest FYE is about
it.
2.5 hours away. So I don't have one here in my town.
Same for me.
But yeah, I never bought it just because it's been like I have it on like eBay watch lists and all that stuff to try to get a good deal on it, but appreciate it.
Didn't it seem like the House on Haunted Hill remake was one of the big ones that was a huge hit that kind of, I don't know
Spawned
if it
a lot of the other
kickstarted.
one. It did.
Yeah, there was a lot of remakes right after that.
I actually saw that movie in the theater when it came
So did
out, and I was a huge fan of it actually when it came out too.
Yeah,
It's got who is the main guy that's playing like the Vincent Price character? He's great in it.
I forget, but he did a real good job. Yeah. It did. It kickstarted a lot of those movies. Like after that, I think you got The Haunting, you got
Jeffrey Rush,
Ghosts, you got
Jeffrey Rush. Yeah,
the other one that I hate so much, Ghost Ship or whatever. They did that one.
It's an awful movie except for like the first 5 minutes.
Few minutes,
yeah.
Goes downhill pretty quick.
Scheme Factory would later do Ghost Ship as well. We'll talk about that in a future show. The last one that we're going to talk about for year 6 is honestly, I think it's one of Scream Factory's best releases that they ever did.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And it was one that I bought directly from Scream Factory
Oh, I know what this is.
when it came out. And I was like, fuck, there's no way I'm not getting this because it's one of my wife's favorite movies as well. And I've still got it. And it has the hype sticker on it, boss.
No hop sticker on mine.
No hype sticker on mine.
Yeah. Some of the best artwork they've done, I think.
Yeah, I love that
Yeah.
artwork.
One of my favorites.
And this one's kind of
I love
another
the-
one that had a Blu-ray previously, but I didn't give a shit in this case. 'Cause I was like,
I think Anchor Bay put out the Blu-ray of that before, didn't they?
I don't
know
which
who did
studio
it, but someone just, yeah.
But yeah, when I saw this cover art, I was like, there's no fucking way I'm not buying it. I'm buying it right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not like that much with stuff, but the Trick or Treat release was one of their, I think definitely was one of their best of all time. And tons
Do
of
you think
extras
that it
on
was, do you think that was one of those, like, they got it, put this release out, and then the rights are back to where it came from? Or do you think that that's going to be, like, this October, we're probably going to see that on the 4K side of it from them?
Yeah, I would imagine they would be the ones that would do a 4K for that. I mean, it's possible
Yeah, I would
Warner
think so.
Brothers could do it, I guess. But yeah, I mean, I would imagine that would definitely be one that Scream Factory would want to do again in 4K.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that being a Halloween
think
release
so.
this year. One of their big ones. Oh,
Yeah, I
4K.
think so.
Where
What-
is the sequel indeed, Jackson Jack?
Yeah, they keep toying with it, but I don't know.
It's crazy because every year at Halloween time around, you see all this stuff at Spirit Halloween, like a whole section of trick or treat memorabilia and everything. And it's weird because Warner Brothers, a lot of people don't realize this. That movie never came out in theaters at all, the original movie. It was direct to DVD. And it was like, it sat on a shelf for a couple of years, I think. I don't think they knew
Yeah.
what to do with it.
I still remember being at the theater for something, and I saw that trailer, and I was like, "Wow, that looks awesome!" And then it never came out.
Because like if you look on IMDb, it has like it was released in 2007. It may have played at like 1 or 2 theaters in 2007, but it didn't come out until 2009 on DVD and Blu-ray and stuff. It never had a wide release at all.
Wild.
Yeah. But that is Scheme Factory Year 6, boss. A lot of titles we went through in 2 hours. That's kind of crazy.
Now I got all these damn movies back on the shelf. It's gonna take me a week.
I know.
You're not.
I was just thinking of the same
I'm up to
thing.
my
I
ass
was
of
like,
movies. I'm up to my ass of movies right now, and I'm OCD as hell about my collection. So I'll be up to 1 o'clock in the morning, then I put these bitches back on the shelf. Probably.
I'll probably put mine back tomorrow or something.
Yeah, I may do the same.
Yeah.
I'll put mine back tonight. But yeah, it's always a fun time doing these shows. And like we were saying earlier, I mean, we're close to being caught up. So 2018, and we came back and started doing these shows again in 2020. So, we're pretty much caught up. I mean, I guess we could continue on and do the years since the show eventually. But yeah, I mean, we got to pace ourselves with these Scream Factory shows now.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna be doing like 2 a year to keep it going.
I guess. Yeah, I mean,
3
we
a
may
year.
be able to do another one this year, but these shows are always fun to do, but they're kind of hard to do too, to talk about that many movies in
Yeah.
2 hours. 84 movies.
Well, we did
Yeah.
it in it's like 2 hours almost on
Almost
the dot
exactly.
right now. So
Yeah, it's
that's
not bad.
really good. Yeah.
I am curious though about one thing for you all that buy all the Scream Factory stuff too. Though, like, which of the 4Ks are you going to buy? Like, what are the ones that you're like, all right?
Are you saying
Well,
of
I've already
like the
got all-
ones that haven't come out yet? Or are you saying
I'm-
the one?
I'm saying the ones that kind of like are getting repressed as 4Ks now, basically.
Well, I've already got all of them that's come out so far.
Shit! I should have known that.
I'm not
Why
even
did I
gonna-
not know that?
Fucking lie. That top shelf up there. That's all my 4K releases.
Holy
Yeah.
shit!
But so
I mean, I'm trying
yeah,
to
they
look
got me
right
by the
now
balls,
what I've
man.
got.
they got me by the balls right now. So I don't know what to tell you.
I think for me, like,
but-
if they continue to have them on sale and stuff, I'm more likely to buy all of
Yeah.
them. And I'm thinking with new owners and everything at Screen Factory, they may be doing more sales now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Hopefully.
I mean, I'm doing all the Carpenter stuff. I have the Child's Play. I have the Funhouse. I have Return of the Living Dead.
Check this one out, guys.
I don't have that. I didn't get that one.
Yeah, Ken don't
So
like
you get
that.
the-
Oh, you got it
That's
signed?
shit.
Oh, damn,
Signed?
it's signed.
Yeah.
Coscarelli?
Nice.
Coscarelli, Reggie Bannister.
Oh, you got the dark. Yeah, okay.
That's cool, man. That was a good deal, though. It's probably, I bet it was like $40, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like $50 shipped.
I mean, that's that would have cost you that much to get it signed by just Coscarelli at a convention.
Yeah, definitely. Probably more than that.
And I love this movie too. I was just thinking about rewatching it not too long ago. So suck on
Yeah,
that.
I like
Ken.
it, but it wasn't worth me upgrading it from the version I have to that.
See,
Same thing like the
I had
Craft,
the DVD,
like-
is all that I
Oh,
had.
yeah,
of
yeah.
It, so it
Like
was a
I didn't get the
no-brainer.
Craft or anything like that. I didn't get that. Trying to think of some other ones I passed on. I didn't get Happy Death Day.
Did you get Happy Death Day to you?
Nah, none of those. I'm trying to think. There's
Yeah.
another
And
couple
even-
good ones.
There's a
I
company.
even got
in
Side
the
Hustle
UK.
Cinema to make me some slips for my Happy Death Days. So I got
Oh,
four
look at
cases
that,
and
huh?
bought fucking slips for them. So
There
Yeah, I
you
mean,
go.
because that's another thing too. It's like all the 4Ks are not collector's edition, so they're just basically redoing the whole thing again. Like some are coming with slips, some are not. It's again, it's a little weird mess over there.
I think Scream Factory should have stuck with what they started doing with the Halloween 4Ks.
Yeah, they should have kept them in the hard boxes for the
Absolutely.
collectors. I agree.
yep.
Yeah.
But at least we got Elvira in the hard box. Know why the hell they stopped that for that?
That was a Blu-ray too. So
Yeah.
That didn't make any sense either. But
Yeah.
Robert Scott, you've missed everything, sir. We're about done.
You know what's weird though? We have more people on right now than we've ever had. Like, as the
Oh, yeah,
later we get, like the more people
They come out at night. Oh yeah, they
Jesus.
sure do. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, the later you do a show, even like if it's on like a Sunday
Yeah.
night, I mean, I don't know what it is, but yeah, I mean, we appreciate everybody tuning in and everything. And these shows are always a lot of fun. It's good to get Pop on here because he had pretty
Yeah.
much everything,
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
So Garrett kind of slowed down around this time period, whereas
Mhm.
Pop doesn't stop. He doesn't
No.
slow down.
Man, I've been looking forward to the stream for a while. I watched all the other ones. I'm like, damn, I would love to join these guys for this. So you guys invited me. I was pretty geeked out about it. So I appreciate the invite, man.
Well, you're gonna have to
awesome.
come back every time now because, like I
Hey,
said,
I'm there.
I'm starting to.
I'm
slow
there,
and
let me know.
stuff, so. Yeah.
Garrett,
I'll be
you're
there.
not gonna go. You're not gonna pull like a stepfather where you go in there and like break a mirror and like say, "Who am I now?"
I'm looking at the thing and I'm
Because
thinking,
you don't have all the.
I was like,
Because you
wait
don't
a
have all the
minute.
Blu-ray.
Who am I here?
Who
Yeah,
am I?
another day.
Yeah.
But again, we appreciate everybody tuning in and everything. And Rob and Little Dumplings Books, you'll have to just rewind the show and because it's like 2 hours of nonstop movie talk.
Yeah. Thank you guys. The chat was hot, but we had a lot to go through, so we couldn't get to everybody. But appreciate you guys hanging out with us and keeping the chat lively, as always.
Yeah, for sure. So, what do you guys have planned coming up on the Born to Be Rad channel, Garrett?
This Wednesday I have Rad Company with a new guest. His name is Jamie Van Leemer, and you guys should come and check it out over there. He's doing some crazy stuff on social media, and it's something different. So it's not physical media stuff. It's not even movie related stuff. So I think it'd be a fun time. And if you guys haven't, you can check him out on Instagram to kind of see what he's doing over there. But I think it's really rad stuff. And come hang out with me on Wednesday night to chat with him.
Sweet. And Pop, what do you got coming up on your channel?
Tomorrow night, not on my channel, but on my buddy, he's been in the chat tonight, 4K Tent Revival. He's got a new series he's been doing. What's not new? He's had about 10 episodes. It's called the WTF stream. We pick a pretty obscure movie, and then we kind of just really deep dive into it. The one tomorrow night we're doing is It Follows. That's what we're doing tomorrow night. And that's going to be over on his channel. And I know on the March the 8th, I'm going to be on Bob the Blu-rays channel, Bob's Blu-rays channel, kind of going over the state of physical media. That's going to be the theme of the stream. And as far as on my channel goes, I mean, I'm gonna try to record some videos one day. I ain't recorded a video in like 2 weeks. Just been busy as hell. So I'm gonna try to get back to making some videos. I really want to get into doing more reviews, instead of just doing the fucking unboxing videos all the fucking time. I feel like that's all I do. So I need to get into some reviews. So, but doing a
We've got
review
a lot
like
of
doing
stuff
it
unboxed.
I was gonna say, yeah.
But
I mean, that's got to be a constant
Look,
thing.
when I was doing this Screen Factory shit, I was getting shit in like crazy, and so the unboxings were a little more enjoyable. Now, I got 8 or 9 titles in them, maybe every couple of weeks, maybe a little more than that, but it's kind of hard done. But first off, it's expensive to do unboxing videos all the time.
Yeah,
because you always feel like you got to buy shit. But I want to get more into the reviews, so y'all look for that. I'm gonna try to get good at. Like I said, I sucked at doing book reports back in high school, and a damn movie review is like a fancy book report. And I want to try to get to like a good 5-6 minute review and start doing more of those. But I'm trying to hone that craft a little bit. It's a skill. I'm still trying to learn. So
Cool.
But that's about it.
So the only thing that I know that we have coming up is we're doing a patron requested review show, and it's a couple of interesting titles. A Ghost Story from 2017, the A24 movie, and The Innocents from 1962. I have not seen that.
Such an odd 2 movies together, man.
Yeah, so we got that coming up on Tuesday, and then I'm not sure what the hell else we got going on.
Wednesday, which is the first, you got my ass in the middle of a workday doing the Vinegar Syndrome releases.
Oh, that's right.
At noon. Yeah.
The
So Wednesday at noon.
titles. There'll be new slipcovers that day too. People look
That's
forward to
right.
that.
There's supposed to be 14, I think, partner label releases on that day. So that's kind of crazy.
That's
So,
what
yeah,
day? Wednesday?
Wednesday. That's March 1st.
at noon, baby. Eastern Standard Time, if you will. But yeah, I mean, guys, Pop, Garrett, it's always good.
I should just get in the closet. Sorry.
Yeah.
Start doing it like Steve.
Whisper. There's a
Hey,
good
guys,
rape movie
got some
that's
stuff
come
going
out
on.
here from.
You know what? Actually, dude, I might be able to do it with you on Wednesday.
Well, you do it
You
with
are.
me, Garrett.
I think I can.
You do it.
I think we can do it on Wednesday.
We can make it happen live.
That's right.
Yeah, I think we could. I think we can.
Okay. All right. But yeah, we appreciate everybody in the chat and everything, and definitely like both channels, thumbs it up, and bell notifications and all that good stuff. And we will catch you guys on Pop's Movie Dungeon. borntoberad.com. I don't know where I'm putting that. And
.com.
Give us the thumbs up.
Up your butt.
Like, subscribe, and if you subscribe, here's something else you can do. Once you subscribe, you can click the bell notification, right? And it'll notify you anytime that Dead Pit puts up new shit.
Or don't. I really don't give a if you do.
I want you to. I want you to.
I don't care.
Let's keep our community growing here on YouTube.
I don't like it. I don't want you to do nothing.
Listen, they need to do that, pal.
No, don't you dare touch it.
Thumbs up, subscribe, and click that bell.
Hey everyone, it's Oak Early Jaws. We got some great shirts for you. We got Faces of Death Part 2. We got Creepy Stories to Tell in Kentucky. The Colonel Would Approve. We also got DeadPit.com. We got Dead Pit Radio with the little fucking Dead Pit dude on there. We got It Never Ends, a Halloween spook parody of the new movie. We got It at Night. We got the Rat Pack, Uncle Rat himself. It just gets better and better, so go on and get you some shirts over at Team Public. It just gets better and better, boss.
Thank you to all of our supporters on Patreon. DeadPitOnPatreon.com is the only place to check out a complete archive of the old Dead Pit radio shows all the way back from 2005 on, in addition to the midweek shows and fan commentaries, exclusive podcasts, and much more. Dead Pit on Patreon.com if you're interested. Tiers start at only $1.